Mic check. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to a nice, relaxing Saturday afternoon / evening, depending on where you are. If you didn't make it to the early part of this live stream, don't forget. Well, obviously, if you didn't make it to the early part of this live stream, you wouldn't be listening to me. But anyway, so I'm going to start this pretty quick because what I want to do is try to get maybe a couple hours in, or maybe just an hour on a live stream on a Saturday going, and then chop it up into pieces for everyone. So welcome to Wookies and Wayways meets, the Dust. Dusty by the Dozens and Wookies. A compilation. About to get the party started. So first, let me get this all set to go here. This is going to be very, very weird. Very weird for everyone to see. Screen. All right. And let's see. Do I want to go on cam? Okay. Looks okay. All right. So let's get started with Wookies and Wayways. I'd like to welcome everybody for joining me tonight or catching this on the replay. Any way you catch it is very, very appreciated. Let me go ahead and hit that too and get this going. Now, tonight we are really going over several items. We're going over some more updated information on what's going on with Megan and Klay, and obviously the Astronomer crew, who went to the Coldplay concert and found themselves in a bad situation that they made themselves. I heard one of them was trying to sue Coldplay. It's like, hey, look, that's a Coldplay right there. But let me go ahead and put this in the mix. Let me make sure the volume is where it needs to be. Okay. I'll bring it up right there so I'll make sure everyone can hear it. All right, here we go.
Let's go to North Carolina, where you might expect there would be perhaps a greater per capita of these Karens. So here we have a bigot ignoring a black man who was just trying to help, tried to warn him about a sinkhole. White truck driver in North Carolina flipped off black man and hurled racial insults after he tried to save him from driving into a sinkhole.
So here's the said sinkhole right here, y'all. I'm just making sure you understand what's going on. This is this guy's truck. And basically the black truck is his. And a brother was trying to help him out. He was just like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. There's a sinkhole. Well, I don't want to ruin the whole thing. So let's keep it going. Here we go.
Look at that. I shouldn't laugh, but I am. Because this is what we're doing, apparently. Now, look, let's put the picture back up again. This is delicious. I think it's delicious.
This is delicious.
The man tried to do the right thing, Jackson. He said, whoa, abort, don't keep going. Gave him the bird. Bigot. Instead of taking the warning, truck driver gave that middle finger to Vanilla Adam. Love that name. And another black local resident when they yelled out from the sidewalk. They were trying to be good Samaritans. Both Adams, unidentified man, noticed a dangerous amount of water flowing downhill, according to local outlet WITN 7. When the driver emerged from his vehicle, physically...
If he would have just simply have listened to a couple black people, he wouldn't have had to pay a lot of money, to get out of this situation. Because a sinkhole damage, you don't know what it did to his suspension and everything. and suspension ain't cheap. So anyway, first of all, shout out to Why Seeking Knowledge. Why Seeking Knowledge, it's great seeing you tonight. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Unscathed. He set up a thank you. He said, I don't want to be rude or anything else, but when a fella of your color comes out and starts waving at my truck.
There you go. There's the bigot part. So basically, this is the interesting thing that needs to be brought up that's more important than the event itself. Hi, Bridget. Bridget's good seeing you. It's the fact that his bigotry cost him. Let me repeat that again. His own bigotry cost him. If he would have simply have listened to the black folks that were trying to be good Samaritans and tell him not to go in the sinkhole, he wouldn't have went in the sinkhole. So at the very least, a tow company had to get him out of there. And then later on, I believe, let's see what else happened. But later on, I believe they did mention something about some damage.
You know what happens. You know what that brings about.
Right. So
turns on the fight or flight.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we waved
Angela Reddick in the house. Good seeing you, Angela.
him down and tried to prevent him from turning down this way, but he stuck his middle finger and he kept going. After he kept going, the car sunk. That's how he got stuck, explained Adams.
I think this is it.
Oh! Yeah, see, trying to stop you, boss man. Oh! Thinking it, even the one. Oh! Get out! Go!
Finding
I told him don't go in there. Oh my God, I just told him don't go in there. I try to stop him.
Hey, brother, you did what you could, right?
Boss man, get out of there. You know what? I don't want to be rude or anything else, but when a fellow of your color jumps out in front of me and starts waving at my truck.
Yeah, I would try.
Because a fella of your color, I mean, he's still being a jerk. The dude. This is maximum Wookiee behavior right here. This is Wookiee behavior right here. Try to save him a couple dollars because the sinkhole damage costs a lot. He had to put his car in the shop because remember now, I mean, the weight of just the car itself will bend the frame or would maybe not necessarily the frame, but definitely the body of the car. So that's basically it. Big shout out. Mackie Samuels came through, says the sad thing about this is that the image of black men is so negative, thug life and dangerous imagery, right, is possibly the reason why the white guy didn't want to listen to the black men, Good Samaritan. Yeah, that's true. Very good point. Very good point. So he took his point. He took his chances. The white dude took his chances and said, oh, I don't want to deal with this. But it's funny because the problem is, Mackie, is that I mean, Caucasian people by statistics are a lot safer from us than we are from us. I mean, a lot, like 90-10, 80-20, maybe. I mean, really, it's like we do the damage to each other, but our reputation is that a lot of people don't like, is that other people can watch us doing what we're doing to each other and be concerned. Let's put it that way. And then YC Canales says he still called him boss man and helped him. Yeah, I know. That was a funny thing. He was still trying to help him after the guy was literally racially belittling him. Let's listen to it one time.
Oh! Yeah, see, trying to stop you, boss man. Oh! Thinking it, even the one. Oh! Get out! Go!
Oh man, that
told him don't go in there.
Wow,
oh my God, I just told him don't go in there.
I try to stop him.
Alignment needs to be fixed.
I try to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, you did what you could, bro. You did what you could.
Boss man, get out of there.
You know what? I don't want to be rude or anything else, but when a fellow of your color jumps out in front of me and starts waving at my truck,
I would try to say, cause we rolled by, it was single. We had to press on the gas just to get up. And I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, wow.
yeah, the water pipe.
Well, to me, it's like, whatever. Whatever. You had your chance. You didn't. I mean, that's how I see it.
Apparently.
When a fella of your color.
Did you hear it? I couldn't do it justice, Jackson. I couldn't do it justice. But here you learned more about
color.
These good Samaritans. Did you hear that voice? He ignored the racism. He was terrified. No, stop, whoa. And yet he's dealing with a bigot.
See, what I like about what the man did was this. Shout out to Indiana Mom. At least he represented himself properly and with calm, cool behavior. Because remember, your behavior represents yourself. So let's give him a hand for that. I don't know about the boss man stuff. I don't know about the boss man stuff. I think he could have left that out because he seems to be the kind of person nobody wants to be about, wants to work for. But yeah, that's pretty much crazy to me. So let me keep this going though. Let me keep this going. Listen to this.
Sometime last week, and then and I just tweeted that out again this morning, and then today the Joe Flacco one got posted. So running through this, and then of course we'll still have Dylan will be next, and then Shador will come last.
As training camp nears, Mary Kay Cabot is providing straightforward analysis of the Cleveland Browns quarterback competition. The starter has not been named, but she has moved away from her earlier skepticism of Shador Sanders and now acknowledges his talent and potential. Cabot explained that if Joe Flacco is chosen to start week 1, it will mean he is the most prepared to play immediately. This approach would also give younger quarterbacks such as Kenny Pickett time to adjust, refine their skills, and maximize their potential while Flacco handles the early workload. She added that a Flacco start would not prevent Sanders from earning the position later in the season. The depth chart remains flexible, and Sanders' continued development could put him in line for an opportunity as circumstances evolve. Cabot also noted that Pickett could win the job for week 1, but he must demonstrate he can integrate smoothly with the offense and perform reliably under pressure. The Browns want a leader who can...
That's one thing about Pickett. Pickett, he used to play for the Steelers and then went to the Eagles. And hey, he landed on the right team with the Eagles because he got himself a ring. He didn't have to play, but he got still got himself a ring, right? Jalen Hurts just tore it up. So anyway, I'm not going to play anything of that because this is going to take too long. Let's get right into it. You know everything that's going on with Shannon Sharpe. And I'm going to say Shannon Sharpe types because it's very important. It's very important for us to grasp exactly what's going on, in our community. Shannon Sharpe is not the only Shannon Sharpe. Let me put it that way at first. And then we're going to go break it down even deeper. And I'm going to let, put in a mix the Queen Maker right now to break it down. Here we go.
Men with money, y'all too old and you've had too much to continue to fall for the same game. You never learn?
It's really not even game because to me it's like this. If an older man, if you're even a younger man, really, if you're anybody who's young, you're not going to you're not supposed to get the kind of results you're looking for in a real relationship or anything because a person's young. It doesn't happen, yeah. But the bottom line is this. He had no business being He lost all that money. And we're not just talking about the little 25 million he lost from the case. We're talking about the 100 million he lost. And that had nothing to do with that woman. It was just pure asinine, poor, horrible judgment. But that's what he went through. That it's really all of it, it's basically what you could safely say it was the bigotry, yes, the bigotry of Shannon Sharpe that put him in this situation, just like the bigotry of the Wookiee we were just playing put him in his situation. Bigotry is everywhere. His Shannon Sharpe's bigotry towards black women put him in this situation where he was just choosing anybody who's not black. Let me keep playing it. Here we go. Let me go forward.
I don't know how old Shannon, he might be 50 plus, white girl. They were in a relationship. She set him up. She was recording a phone call.
That's wrong. I'll tell you why that's wrong. She didn't set him up, but she did play him. She played him. But at the same time, she didn't set him up. Secondly, quite honestly, she played his tendencies against himself. She went through a lot for it. I don't know how much of that stuff, if he did some non-consensual stuff, because we'll never know, because remember, it never went to court. But basically, this is a very good lesson for everybody to learn. Number one, you still, as a person, especially as a black man, you have to be cautious in this life. And secondly, you get what you pay for sometimes. He paid a lot of money for that.
He said stuff in a certain way to where whenever it was time to go file the lawsuit, it came out and looked nasty. The text messages looked nasty, everything. And in his opinion, this is consensual sex, but she put it, let's say, dominatrix, or, you're doing.
This is the funny thing. You could tell that this guy is coloring the whole conversation wrong. And let me tell you, by the way, Phoenix Soul is in the house. It's good seeing you, Phoenix Soul. This is the weird and sad and disgusting things, is the way that other black men support black men in their pursuit of abuse. They should have been telling this old man, Shay Sharpe, you're too old for this shit. You're too old for a 19-year-old. I mean, a 40-year-old man is too old for a 19-year-old. You can damn near say a 30-year-old man is too old for a 19-year-old. She's literally 1/3 Shannon Sharpe's age. Literally. Was she legal? Yeah, but that's about it. Hold on one second. I want to bring up this clip. That's very important for me to bring up, because it's not like he wasn't warned.
What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell you what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old.
She said, listen again. This is important to grasp. You got to grasp this really good. Listen again.
What you trying to say?
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at you. Let me tell you what Shannon needs.
You better take your butt and find somebody to love you. That's what I played around with that a little bit, of course. So let me keep going. Here we go. She's trying to tell him to date appropriately. That's all Monique is saying. Is date appropriately.
Let me live my
Let
life.
me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon need. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I do.
This is your auntie talking.
He said, I do to one in a 26 and 36-year-old girl and ends up with a 19. He earned, I'm sorry, folks. It's like, it's simple math. It's like if you see like a bear out in the wilderness, you don't walk towards it. You just don't. It's the same thing here. She really, quite honestly, he found her on OnlyFans. He found her in a gym, but he knew she was from OnlyFans. OnlyFans is this place for the hustle. It's a spot for the hustle. So what does he think he's going to get? Hustled.
Talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
Dang.
When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, you want some money to go to Starbucks?
Yeah.
Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter.
So there you go. I mean, basically so today is Ignorance Day, I guess we could say, because you saw the clip with the man who literally said racially concerning conversation to the guy who was trying to save his truck and didn't appreciate it, by the way. And then here's Shannon pre-court, case, learning his lesson. Let's go back over here to this. Here we go.
Those type of things, right? Mm-hmm. She put it out in a way that made him look like he raped her.
See, this why I won't never let no man leave me. Because you say he 50-some years old. Sir, you got how many millions of dollars? You got attorneys and all kind of stuff, and you still can't make logical and rational decisions to protect yourself. Once you get money, you already know it's somebody coming after it. And the first person that's going to come after it is a vagina. Mm-hmm. You already know this. And so I can't But
it's so fun.
The vagina is such a beautiful thing.
Well, y'all got to take that. Take.
And the dude said it's such a beautiful thing. It shows you how the essential issue that Black men we have in our community. Just think about it. Shannon lost $125 million in a blink of an eye for sex. Lost gone. Contract gone. $100 million contract gone. 25 he paid. Who I don't even know the woman's name. And I don't even know she's really a woman. I mean, she's 19. Oh, well.
Take that L. That L. And this is why I will never let y'all ass lead me nowhere. Because you can't lead yourselves. Because it's just
Bars.
Too easy for you to get caught up in something so elementary. Now, that's an elementary school tactic. Elementary. She didn't game him. He gamed himself.
Bars. My sentiments exactly. He played himself. And the sad part is this, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the most common things that happens in our culture. But they always, and this is the essential element. This is the essential, what should I say? piece and the core of ignorance that happens in the red pill community. Even though they need to admit their own faults, their weaknesses, their stupidity, they blame black women. Then, I mean, quite honestly, red pill in the white community, it's really more diversified than in the black community. Black community, it's all about disrespecting black women. In the white community, believe it or not, I did some hard studying on this. It's not about just all disrespecting white Caucasian women, white women. It's not. If you go there and you go to the Caucasian manosphere, they speak on more terms on building yourself, being a better man. Is there a segment that talks crap about their women? Yeah, but it's a lot smaller. And I mean a lot smaller than in the black community. The black community, the number one thing in the black community, black red pill, is disrespecting black women. Even if a woman, even when they review like a woman of some other color doing something bad, whether it's deleting a black man or cheating on a black man, or when they get a divorce, taking the black man to the cleaners, they always bring it back to black women being the issue. I kid you not. That's why it's like right now it's kind of like, who's a more bigoted person towards black women? It's really, at best, it's 50-50.
He gamed himself because here's the thing. Soon as the number one, that's sad. But here's the thing: the number one failure.
The things that Princella says, I disagree with. This I do not. She is spot on right now. Let's go.
On people's part, is underestimating your opponent. At the end of the day, no matter what situation, it's a game. Underestimating your opponent. And so he underestimated, because most dudes think little young, frail girls ain't got no sense, and they go in and act like they ain't got no sense, and then they fall in their own traps. That's on you, player.
So we talk about...
Yeah, exactly. Shannon fell in his own trap. Tevin says this, towards the white manosphere be harsh too, hint Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a different animal. I mean, yes, he is. He be harsh, but he's basically, you could say he's a trafficker. He's giving you a trafficker. Andrew Tate is giving everybody a trafficker's mindset. That's what he's doing. He's giving you and so traffickers, what do? They disrespect women. But if you were to go over there, and secondly, Tevin, I never said that they didn't. I think the problem, Tevin, is you didn't hear what I said before, is that I know that the disrespect for their own women is in the manosphere, in the Caucasian manosphere as well. But what I made clear, and I'm still going to make it clear, is that the black manosphere is much worse to their women. The white manosphere is not nearly as toxic towards their women as the black manosphere is. And I dare anybody to statistically beat me on that.
About coercion a lot, but we never talk about some of the tactics that women use to draw a man in, and they switch up. It happens. So,
and listen to what the dude is saying. Remember, Shannon lived 3 times the life of this young lady. The fact that he's calling her a woman. I'm sorry, at 19, you're not really a woman. You are you're legal. You're put on the chessboard for stuff, but you're really not a grown woman. And they say that frontal lobe stuff, at 25, there you go. And quite honestly, you could tell by the tape that this young girl sounded like a young girl. She didn't even sound like a woman. She sounded like a young girl, a teen. So that's the funny thing is, remember, for some reason, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's Diddy, whether it's some other dude, they've had this, for some reason, in our community, we have all these people, all these men that are obsessed with dating girls. I'm not saying women, girls. They have an obsession for it. Miss Alto in the house. Femi's in the house. That's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm going with this. They love to date girls. Angela Reddick says this. I don't want them anymore. They are unalived weight who will drag black women down. Yep. I don't know what they do. Black women need to cut useless weight. Bars. Here we go.
So what do you call that?
Well, it's all game. It's all power tactics. Here's the thing.
Notice how this man is defending this 60-year-old guy who should be defending him.
Law number 33 in the 48 laws of power, right? Discover each man's thumb screw. Everybody got a weakness, an uncontrollable emotion or need. That's y'all's fault that y'all's weakness is something that y'all can see and get anytime. These girls. Bars. So fucking easy and so weak, especially if you got money. At some point, you ought to stop falling for sex.
Bars.
With men with money, y'all too old and you've had too much sex to continue to fall for the same game.
Bars. Once again.
You never learn, right? You never grow calluses in that department. So at the end of the day, you're supposed to take that L.
I was just gonna say, like what you said, it's like nature.
Right.
It's all we have.
Yeah, but,
you know,
he actually said it's all we have. It's like when you get to the point where sexual conquest is all you have to hang your hat on, you're living a shitty life. You sure are. I mean, basically, that's what's going down, fellas.
I believe, and you're right, but I believe a lot of men, we attain status and wealth, so we can have that access to that on a level of a person who doesn't have status and wealth.
Yeah, but after a while, this shit gets boring. It gets old, right? For people, no.
They're ogling after they are these. Even her interviewers are obsessed with sex. Other races of men are not this obsessed with sex. There might be men in those other races that are this obsessed, but generally no, because, and you're going to find out soon when I go over the Coldplay situation, that they have other things they are obsessed with. Eden Adele is in the house. She says this: how is anyone fit to lead whose reasoning is in their peen? How does anyone in their right mind trust their life and future to that? Bars. Dummies. Yeah.
No, because people who have had a lot of it, men who have had a lot of it, after a while, it does get old and you start searching for something else. Right. So
and that should theoretically be true. The problem is today's modern man, it's all they have. Sex is all they have. What is the first thing Kevin Samuels does when a woman comes up? He assesses whether their sexual market value. That right there tells you how stupid, and he being himself when he passed away was around 50 something. He was Shannon's age too. It's ridiculous, but you're supposed to be thinking about your family when you're in your 50s, not continually trying to chase down teenagers.
this idea that enough is never enough for you and you got a lot of it, that's a flaw within yourself. Because a lot of men, after a while, pussy is so normal and so old, they start looking for more extreme versions of sex. Because
a lot of men, but what she means is a lot of stable men. Unstable men, they're so struggling so much to avoid winter that all they have is sexual conquest. That's why you see here's a perfect example of somebody who fell into the low self-esteem trap. I think we can all agree that well, let me go through this one more time. Swiss Beats had a very, 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 very accomplished woman. Alicia Keys. Now, these men try to make excuses for why, they cheat. They make excuse. Oh, my wife wouldn't rub my feet by this or that. She wasn't all that. She was too good for me. I was too good for her. Whatever. They make up all these weird reasons, right? Swiss Beats cheated on Alicia Keys. Alicia motherfucking Keys. Dude, remember Tanea Taylor? Tanea Taylor's body is literally scientifically perfect. Dude cheated on her with men and women. Not Swizz, but whoever dude's name was. So it's obviously not the women's fault. And it's not because they're not fit, feminine, friendly, and submissive. It's because men have a problem themselves. We have a problem. There's a self-esteem issue that needs to be addressed. And quite honestly, if we as Black men started getting therapy, number one, our community would be just so much better. So much better. Let me play a little bit more of this.
Normal sex don't get it. So for a man to still be falling for the same old boring ass vagina, the same old shit, is something wrong with you, right? Where you've never grown calluses. Because here's the thing, that's why they say pimping ain't easy. Because pimps got to be able to control their sex drive. Pimps have to be able to control their nature in a way that a John don't. Right? Women make their money off of Johns, not pimps, right? So the thing about it is, at what point do you begin to gain calluses and self-discipline and actually matriculate into a man instead of falling victim to the same old thing over and over and over again? When is enough ever enough?
It never is. For these kind of men, for the men that she's referring, it will never be enough. It will never be enough because they haven't. There's nothing for them to grasp onto. Other men in other cultures, you know what they're doing with that time, that extra time that a lot of us in our culture were chasing other women around. Even though we have a good one at home, some like has Alicia Keys. These other men are going out golfing. These guys are going out swimming. They're going out, fishing. They're going out rock climbing. They're going out boating. They're working on their trucks. They're working on their cars. And there's all this other stuff. They're out with their families. They're out with their daughters. They're out with their sons. They're out with their nephews. They're out doing things that normal men are supposed to do. But you know what Shannon does? He runs around He runs around. Papa's a Rolling Stone. So, you know, it's time for that time. Wookies and Wei-Weis, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right.
Let me pause it right there. Oh, look at these people. Oh, man. Oh, talk about. This is not quite as bad as Shannon's situation. This is not quite as bad, but it's still bad. I mean, it's still equally as bad because they were making bank, both of them. The CEO and the other woman were making bank. They both had a full-grown family. And see, it's bad and it's not bad, but basically it hits harder when you're caught cheating in their circles. I mean, think about it. If a man in our circle cheats, well, you're not getting fired for it. They got fired for it. Let's listen. Here we go.
Come on, you're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Go get them, go play. Go get them, go play. Either they're having an affair.
This video caught two top executives of a software company allegedly having an affair after being spotted on a kiss cam during a Coldplay show in Boston on Wednesday.
You thought the raw drama of a billionaire versus reality TV star was peak scandal? Enter Salt and Shame Coldplay edition. When Kristen Cabot was spotlighted on Coldplay's
Coldplay is nearly in their 50s. They're keeping themselves in good shape. I will say that much.
Cam canoodling with another man while married to rum magnate Andrew Cabot, who was halfway across the
Yep.
globe in Japan, the internet turned into fed-up matchmakers overnight. But Andrew didn't tweet, leak, or storm Instagram stories. He returned home and quietly, surgically, erased her from his life and his empire. The fallout wasn't loud, but it was lethal. And now, society's buzzing. The richest woman in town just got canceled by her own husband. Andrew Cabot, at least the Andrew who matters here, is the CEO of Privateer Rum, a high-end Massachusetts distillery founded on centuries-old Cabot family lore. He's a scion of one of Boston's oldest Boston Brahmin dynasties. A line once described so elite, they talk only to God. The couple recently shelled out $2.2 million for a home in Rye, New Hampshire, complete with greenery, kids, and happy face Instagram posts.
That's actually not a bad deal. 2.2 million. A lot of people pay more.
Until everything blew up in July 2025. There are tweets flooding around about this affair. Someone wrote about Kristen saying she is married to Andrew Cabot post-divorce with Kenneth Thorby. So, no, she is also marital, but twice, and now having third affair. Seems her routine in professional work. While Kristen was attending that ill-fated Coldplay show and winding up in meme lore, Andrew was in Japan on a business trip, completely unaware, or at least in the dark, about what was playing out on a stadium Jumbotron. The day after the scandal broke, reports say he flew home without announcement, not to confirm.
Wow. Mackie brought up this. Music producer Jermaine Dupri said he spent $10,000 every Monday night for 20 years at Magic City Strip Club in Atlanta. 10,000 times 52 is $520,000. $520,000 times 20 is $10,000,000. That's a lot. That's a lot of money you will never get back. Very good point. Here we go.
Front with words, but with actions. Meanwhile, Privateer Rum declined media comment, and his voicemail reportedly overflowed faster than the company's rum vats during a tourist rush. Through all this, he has kept remarkably quiet. No public statement, no emotional outburst, just summoning his next move and depriving her of everything silent but total. Kristen Cabot, aged...
I just read it breaks it down like this. They don't even want to hire black men in major businesses and corporate because they know black men will sleep with other women.
Around 52, was the chief people officer at Astronomer, a New York data tech startup. She also served on the advisory board of Privateer Rum since 2020, reinforcing ties to Andrew's world long before scandal struck. A divorcee from a 2022 marriage, she married Andrew Cabot and they had 2 children when everything was still picture perfect, at least until the kiss cam intervened. On July 16th, 2025, at Coldplay's Music of the Spheres tour in Massachusetts, she and Astronomer CEO Andy Byron were shown wrapped in an embrace on the kiss cam. The pair
He was the CEO. He gave all that CEO stuff up for her. So yeah, this is crazy because Priscilla's words are really hitting hard right now, which were words I was saying earlier, but nobody listened to me. So, but anyway, here we go.
Panicked, attempts to hide, leading Chris Martin to quip either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The clip exploded across TikTok and media channels, with over 90 million views recorded and billions of meme spawns following. Within days, Kristen resigned from her HR role and was placed on leave pending investigation, then fully separated from the company at Link. CEO Byron followed suit with his resignation, leaving Astronomer scrambling under interim leadership by co-founder Pete DeJoe.
The good thing about this is, like, when it's in culture, a lot of people, they will want to defend themselves. But when you see the devastation that is caused by another culture of people, like a lot of you were probably saying to yourself, well, why did they give up all of that just, for a fling? And that's the way we should be thinking in our culture as well.
She's been spotted in New Hampshire tending garden beds without her wedding ring, fueling speculation that her marriage may already have been in trouble weeks before the televised meltdown. Despite being married into rum royalty, Kristen has gone dark socially. LinkedIn delisted, public posts deleted, and any trace of her advisory role at privateer Rum vanished. Society watchers are calling it one of the coldest exits in corporate and social scandal history, not with fireworks, but a ghosting so complete it makes disappearance seem dramatic.
Married to each other. The man was the CEO, the woman, his head of HR.
Isn't that really, really weird, though? Really, quite honestly, somebody can make an argument like, well, they were cheating and it was shitty that they were cheating, but how does that affect the quality of their work? Weren't they still, doing their job? But it shows you that reputation to other cultures of people is extremely important. Reputation, they do not want anything tarnishing it. And it's like, boom, boom, boom. You can sneeze and nobody knows who these people are.
Now, rumors say her husband, a high-profile Boston businessman, is hiring a top divorce lawyer. And what started as a cringeworthy concert moment has turned into a scandal tearing through careers, marriages, and reputations. You've seen the clip, but what you haven't seen is what's happening behind closed doors. And trust me, it's worse than you think. The internet never forgets, and it definitely...
On July 16th, 2025, Coldplay's Music of the Spheres tour rolled into Boston's Gillette Stadium. During the show's Jumbotron segment, the infamous kiss cam panned to Kristen Cabot and Astronomer CEO Andy Byron, tangled in an embrace, and tangled they were indeed when Chris Martin quipped, either they're having an affair, they're just very shy. The clip exploded, racking up over 90 million views on TikTok within hours. Before the world realized what hit them, TMZ footage surfaced showing the pair swaying arm in arm to Yellow, lips locked mid-concert. When the kiss cam rolled, they scrambled. Byron ducked, Cabot spun away, ushering in nuclear levels of viral shame. Astronomer sprang into action. Byron and Cabot were immediately placed on administrative leave. The firm's board initiated a formal investigation, stressing the need for accountability at every executive tier.
Wow. So that's how, that just shows you how different cultures move and how serious they take marriage. Where marriage in business in this culture runs hand in hand, because like they want trusting people. They want trusting people. One of my friends was telling me they don't mess around. It's the same in military. They don't like to mess around with people who will cheat, because if you will cheat on your spouse, you will cheat the company or what she was referring to, the military in some way. They don't want none of that. They can't trust you. They can't trust your judgment. They cannot trust your judgment at all. So yeah, let me keep
Co-founder Pete DeJoy stepped in as interim CEO. Within days, Byron resigned. His exit accepted by the board without fanfare. though legal wrangling over severance reportedly followed. For Astronomer, once a quietly rising $1 billion tech firm, the kiss cam moment became a pop culture sensation overnight. Gwyneth Paltrow was recruited as a cheeky temporary spokesperson to deflect attention and redirect the narrative to the company's data workflow automation prowess. In short, what started as amusement at a rock concert spun into a full-scale corporate meltdown.
That is crazy. And I heard they started making fun of it. Let me see if I can find that clip. This might be it right here.
Kristen Cat right ahead. Probably not.
Okay, that's not it. Let me get it. This is hilarious.
We're having an affair? I don't think even Coldplay can fix this.
This isn't a good way, if you know if you're gonna get caught.
They don't even get caught if they're just both at the concert together. They only get caught because they're openly canoodling at the concert. It betrays a lack of respect for any sort of judgment, but also for a basic value system.
The affair broke out and the whole world knew. Her family was broken and how her husband ruined her. So
okay, let me go to the next one. That's not it either. Here's Andy.
I am Andy Byron, and even if I get divorced, I will never marry Kristen Cabot. When the video of me and Kristen Cabot appeared on the Coldplay concert big screen, it was all over. That damn concert cost me $35 million. It's all
$35 million. So basically, he's not, he wasn't getting the contract like $35 million. Now, I'm putting him in the same boat as he's just as dumb. He's just as dumb as Shannon. Him and Shannon have some things they need to talk about. Yep, that company is serious about their reputation. Exactly.
because of Kristen. Kristen was originally just an ordinary HR employee at the company, and we had some work-related exchanges. She showed me her charm and intelligence, which made me develop a false impression of her, especially her face. It was almost identical to my wife, Megan Kerrigan's, and she was more understanding and more in tune with me than Megan. I was deeply captivated by Kristen. Even when I received 2 tickets to a Coldplay concert, the first person who came to my mind was her, not Megan.
He is gone. I mean, he literally chose to take his side chick to the concert instead of his own wife who had his own children and help him build his own career. That's pretty bad.
Megan. To my surprise, she immediately agreed, and we had a beautiful time at the concert. However, Coldplay, without my consent, broadcasted our intimate moments on the big screen.
What? And he's playing. This is your classic narcissist, because how did he remotely blame Coldplay for something he was doing? This is exactly what Shannon was trying to do as well, where they are blaming everybody else but themselves for what's happening to them when they themselves have the best are in the best seat to control what happens to them.
Panicked and quickly dodged the camera, but that move made the video go viral on social media, bringing massive attention. Shortly after,
Megan Kerrigan,
right. Who tried to avoid the camera? It was him. It wasn't Coldplay. So he tried to sue Coldplay. Isn't that crazy? I mean, yes, that's a serious video. That's a serious video. He really meant everything he was saying. It wasn't a parody or anything like that. He wasn't making light of anything or anything like that. That's how he thought. If that doesn't get you, I don't know what is. But you can see the parallels I'm drawing here. Let me keep this going. Let's go with this.
This woman, she's a freshman in college. Let's call her Ryder. So one day she's walking home from her friend's place through the park. And that's when a man jumps out and attacks her. And he does something to her that I can't say, but it starts with an R. And then the guy runs away and police can't find him. Now,
let me pause that right there because this is some good. Ms. Alto says the corporate world is very competitive, results oriented, and insular. They don't play with marital infidelity on open display. That can break you off really quick. Bars. No accountability. He was forced out. Good luck getting another high-paying job, sir. Bars. All right, Ghost is in the house. Ghost says this, I hope his wife gets everything. That was not disrespectful to her. It was an embarrassment to the family. Bars. Oh my God. If this video is real, he may be dumber than Shannon. That was a for real video. That was a for real video. You know, I tried to do some AI research to see if it was AI. It wasn't. It was not AI. It was not AI at all. So, but check this out. I got myself, we got ourselves another situation here. This is, I guess, what you could call a Wookisha. And the sad part is this. Listen to this.
A few months later, Ryder is walking down the street and she just so happens to run into him. This guy, his name is Broadwater. So she calls police. So one day she's walking home from her friend's place through the park. And that's when a man jumps out and attacks her. And he does something to her that I can't say, but it starts with an R. And then the guy runs away and police can't find him. Now, a few months later, Ryder is walking down the street and she just so happens to run into him. This guy, his name is Broadwater. So she calls police arrest him. He goes to trial. They use hair analysis to tie him to the crime scene. And he's eventually sentenced to prison. Years later, Ryder writes a memoir about her experience in the park that day. And it gets published. The book is called Lucky. And it sells over 1 million copies and it launches her career as a professional author. A few years after that, Ryder finishes writing a second book. And this book is called The Lovely Bones. And it blows up too, selling over 10 million copies. Then Peter Jackson gets involved and makes it into a movie starring Mark Wahlberg. And that movie is very successful. In fact, the movie is so successful, it catches the attention of this guy, Timothy.
Yeah. If you remember, The Lovely Bones is very familiar. I never saw it because it sounds boring, but let's keep it going. Here we go.
Now, Timothy owns a production company, and he wants to turn Ryder's first book into a movie, Lucky. So Timothy gets the rights, and he funds the movie, and he starts developing it, and Victoria Pedretti from You is supposed to star in it, and it's going to be a huge hit. I mean, everything is going great until Timothy...
Yeah, Ghost says it's a very good book, so check it out if you want to after you see this. Here we go.
He starts researching the book so they can properly turn it into a movie. And he notices a lot of things in this story aren't adding up. So what's not adding up? Well, let's back this up a bit. Broadwater's arrested, he goes to trial, they use hair analysis to tie him to the crime scene, and eventually he's sentenced to prison. Broadwater's in prison for 16 years, and he gets out right around the same time Lucky is first published. And this whole time, he has claimed he's innocent. He even appeals to get his conviction overturned, but his appeals get rejected. Even after he's out of prison, he appeals, still rejected. He pays to take a polygraph, he passes, but that doesn't help the appeals, and he's still an ex-convict. And of course, now he has to register as a schmex offender, so he has trouble getting a job, and he doesn't have a lot of friends. Now, eventually, he meets a nice woman, and they get married. And she wants kids, and he does too. But he refuses to have them because of the stigma they would have to face having a dad with that on his record. So he doesn't have kids. Now, back to Timothy. So Timothy is researching the book, and things in the story aren't adding up. Like when police...
Yeah, things are not adding up. Let's keep it going.
Police ask Ryder to pick her attacker out of a lineup. She picks this guy, who's allegedly a plant, when Broadwater is actually this guy, and there's a lot of little stuff like that. So Timothy says, nah, I can't fund this movie anymore. And he refuses to continue funding the project, and they fire him. But he's become so invested in this case, he actually hires a private investigator to look into it. The private investigator then investigates and turns everything they find over to Broadwater's attorneys. These new attorneys, they re-examine the case, and they find a lot of stuff, like that hair analysis has since widely been discredited as junk science, stuff like that. And they end up filing a motion to overturn Broadwater's conviction. And eventually, a judge agrees to hear the case, and after 40 years of fighting, the conviction is finally overturned.
See, this is what this kind of thing is something that the manosphere should be focused on. Is if they feel that Black men, we are, unjustly put into the legal system, then they should be prioritizing that, not disrespecting Black women.
So then Ryder, of course, posts a written apology to Broadwater saying that she will forever be sorry.
Apology, she should give them like a shitload of money too.
The publisher stops publishing the book, the movie's no longer in production, and Broadwater sues the state of New York for taking 16 years of his life away. Ultimately, the state settled with him for $5.5 million. And good for him. While Timothy and his production company are now making a documentary about Broadwater and his story called Unlucky. It's currently in development. And just to be clear, they concluded that Ryder had been assaulted that day, just not by Broadwater. And all this happened in...
That is a trip, isn't it? So I'm not sure who to blame really, because really, quite honestly, the thing is that, well, no, she picked him out. I'm blaming her. So I don't see how she's just getting, she's just, oh, sorry. Here's a letter of sorry. I'm real sorry. I ruined your life. That's just crazy. What woman would marry Broadwater with his prison? Yeah. And sex assault, yeah. But unfortunately, Mackie, a lot of people do it all the time. A lot of women get the short end of the stick. Let's just put it that way. Let's go to...
A San Diego County judge ruled today that there is enough evidence to move forward with a criminal trial for a well-known comedic actor. Faison Love is charged with felony assault. The actor is accused
Exactly, Ghost. Exactly. Some money needs to change hands. A lot more than just the $5.5 million. I'm thinking they should give him $1 million for each year he was in prison. I'm going to drop the link just in case. Here we go.
ripping a credit card reader off a hotel lobby check-in desk last August and throwing it at a clerk. That woman says she suffered a concussion.
So basically, this is for, what's his name? Faison Love or something like that. Yeah, Faison Love, who, he's been a comedian for a long time, at least 20 years. And I mean, he never made it big, but he made enough money that he was in enough movies that, he has a little something going. He had a bad temper, let's just put it that way, and it cost him.
Prosecutors say Love was
everything.
angry after a booking he made through a third-party app could not be honored. The hotel clerk does not want to be identified, but she described the incident on the witness stand today during the preliminary hearing.
Mr. Love again was just going off on repeatedly cussing them out. Every other word was a cuss word, and it was getting louder. I then proceeded to say, okay, that's enough.
Yeah. So basically, Faison Love is in trouble now. Why do we put ourselves in so much trouble? I do not know. And guess who's in trouble now?
Imagine a social network built for you.
Let me buy that.
Ownership.
Help. I'm with it. Helping.
Definitely. My account. They had no record.
So he's his account is under investigation. That's why they froze his account. This is Dr. Umar. He blew it. He blew it. Now he's because they're like, we aren't the only ones wondering what happened with his money.
Record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank, and the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. Both bank accounts have been.
Uh-oh. That's not good. So basically, whatever was in his bank account ain't his right now.
frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account.
Personal investigation on his account. And plus the school account. Yeah, Deontay, you are absolutely right. Faison crashing out. You know something? I think I'll make a live stream crashing out how Black men destroy our own careers and lives by crashing out.
I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any.
They're not going to tell the criminal. Bro.
Fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has
fraudulent activity. I swear
has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account.
So basically, I guess we can safely say that his bank account is being investigated. And maybe not him. Deontay, welcome to the stage.
Hey, DJ, how you doing?
Doing good. Feeling much better than I was yesterday, that's for sure.
Oh, you weren't feeling well, man? I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, I had to take some vitamins and stuff, but I'm good now.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts about Umar and his? Do you think they're investigating? Do you think he's telling the truth and it's just his account, or do you believe that they're investigating him?
I believe that his accounts are being investigated. I think all of it. I believe that the feds have been on Umar for a long time and they don't take him serious. Now, he's always a threat because he does have so many supporters and followers, and he do speak with his chest out against white supremacy, right? He ain't afraid to do that. So he always gonna be considered a threat, but they don't take him serious because they know he also a panty chasing ass scammer.
Right.
And they have access to all of his, inner workings, his accounts, even his social media. They know what Umar really talking about when he not going live and behind the scenes. So they're not worried about that part. What they worried about is we can get another black man, and I'm not trying to defend him like that. I'm just saying, who's scamming people for their money. I do believe that because there's no way that he's been asking for donations like this for a decade, and he's dead broke. Now, and even on top of that, it's like you got 6 degrees. He got 2 PhDs, 3 masters, and he got 1 PhD, 3 masters, and 2 bachelors. You can't get a job somewhere,
right?
In all of America. Come on, with his credentials, Umar could be working at any one of these HBCUs, making $120,000 a year teaching. This is on him, But I do believe he's doing fraudulent activity, though, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think basically, with those credentials he has, he should be at least bringing in, 100,000. You know what I mean? But I don't think he likes to work for anybody else. I think his mental status is in a way that he doesn't want to work for the man or anyone. He just wants to do his own hustles. And hey, I would have been fine with it if it was what he was doing was for real, but it's not for real. Excuse me. It's not for real.
Yeah, it's
not for real at all.
At this point, when he telling people, oh, we got to get new doors, then we got to get new floors, now we got to get new ceilings, now we got to get this. And then it's all leading up to the certificate of occupancy. You're not gonna get that. See that like that's the thing. He's trying to do all of this by himself. He's overwhelmed, and he got overwhelmed years ago. So he figured, look at how unshameful he was to ask people for money for him. Not for the school, but for him.
Right.
Like, he didn't have no shame asking for that money. I'm like, dude, people going, I've been waiting for him to go on somebody's platform after he did that. Because I want to hear somebody not be for real and ask him if they call the tough questions and be like, yo, we need to talk about this. Because if you allowed to talk about every single body else and critique what they got going on in their lives, but we can't ask you about what you obviously putting out here, you went live on your own and told people you was broke. And they need their money. Nobody's found that or forced you to do it. So we got the right to ask you some stuff like, dude, what's going on?
Right. Yeah. Let me move forward with this. Here we go. Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson has reacted to the viral video Slim made about Megan Thee Stallion after he started ranting about their relationship. Slim is still talking about Megan, and now he's saying she overlooked someone real. He posted a new video where
Slim Thug. This is how real Slim Thug is. Let me pause that right there. This is how real Slim Thug is, y'all. Listen to this. This is how real Slim Thug is.
So Slim Thug was out here speaking on having 3 children from 3 different women and paying child support for all 3 of them. He says he already messed up his dream of living together with a wife and kids and having his family close to him all the time. So he is now trying to let everything go and just enjoy his life. Let's check it out.
My dream was, I want a wife, I want a family, I want my kids to live with me. I got 3 baby mamas, kid.
So Klay has no kids. And Megan has no kids. He's jealous, saying that he's real, right? He's the real one that Megan should be dating. Megan never, they performed together, but she never gave him no time.
And they knew we wasn't going to be together. So now, with 3 baby mamas, what's my next move as Slim Thug? I got 3 different child supports going on me right now. Right? Do I keep playing this game? I already struck out 3 times. Do I keep playing this game saying I want to keep getting married?
Strike out. In my opinion, he didn't strike out because you have to go up to the batter's box to strike out. He never wanted to commit. That's the thing. So how did he strike out? How can you strike out if you don't even want to be in the batter's box? You got to swing the bat. He never tried to get married. He knew he just wanted to use those women for whatever, and they so happened to got pregnant. That's the way it goes.
I want to wait on my wife and keep trying to find this. Don't get fixed. You know what I'm saying? End up with 4, 5 baby mamas trying to wait on the wife, right? Or do you say, cut this off, stop the paychecks, live your life, Doug? Your family dream is out of the door. You got 3 baby mamas. Your kids are at their own house, having family time with their own family. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do you say, I got 3 kids, we just gonna have to do this unorthodox shit, I guess, because it is what it is? Or do I try to be patient and play this game? Nah, man, I'm not playing no more, man. I ain't coming to court no more.
If you have...
So Slim Thug thinks he's a better choice for Megan than Klay.
Slim Thug is and you know what's crazy is that before this whole Klay Thompson, Megan Thee Stallion thing started with him, I thought he was a cool dude. Like, this side of him is so weird to me too. Even I can't believe that he's actually being so petty and this is like a female energy he's giving right now. That gossipy, like whining. It's like you said, DJ, like, dude, you got 3 children with 3 different women. You did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew what you was doing. You decided to go head up in there raw and some chicks that you did not want to marry or be with like that. You were just physically attracted to them. You wanted to have the full pleasurable experience, and they knew what they was doing because they knew they could get a paycheck out of you every month. Like, so what's up? And it's not too late for him either. Like, I know it's an awkward situation, like he said, but he can still go out and find him a nice woman, a nice wife, and start a family with them. I mean, he gonna have to figure it out with his other kids and everything, but he lightweight making it sound like he's not even in their lives. The way he talking about they at home with their family, I'm like, damn.
I'm just looking up how much does Slim Thug pay for child support. They're not giving me. I don't want it calculated. Just tell me what it is. Shit. Monthly.
I know Slim Thug got properties that he keeps up, like
Income.
yeah, like income properties where he's rent out to people, and that's his biggest money maker. And then he should be cool off of that. I mean, he ain't no multi millionaire or nothing like that. Obviously, Klay Thompson worth,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Klay makes his Slim's money look like pocket change.
Exactly. That, and again, when Megan bought this dude Klay Thompson that $300,000 watch, and he was like, "Man, see, I couldn't wait, man, you couldn't afford to buy no $300,000 nothing, not all at once, not even financing. That's too much money for a watch for Slim Thug." And he felt salty about it, so he felt like he had to come online and say something about it.
So I guess my point on playing this is that how can you think, see, even me, if I'm dating somebody or want to date somebody and they're with somebody, it's like, I mean, men compare each other. Like I think what he's trying to say is, and it might be his best argument, is he's saying that Klay, in so many words, is not in the same culture that Megan is used to, if you know what I mean. Klay is not he's not Russell Wilson. He's not that goofy. But if you listen to Klay, you could tell he didn't grow up in the hood. You can just, he didn't. And I think what Slim Thug is trying to say is like, look, come on, Megan, you hood and I'm hood, and we should be together. You shouldn't be with that buster. That's what he's trying to say. In my opinion, that's what he's trying to say.
That's exactly what they was trying to say to Sierra when she got with Russell. It's like, he not no good, dude. You like hood, dude, but you see, since they've been together, what is the most negative thing? That nothing. He hasn't been cheating on her, beating on her, lying to her. She's happy. Think about it. Even, I hate to bring it back, I'm just real quick. Even Michelle Obama got a problem with her marriage, but you ain't heard Sierra say nothing. You ain't heard Sierra come on no podcast. I'm tired of my husband. No.
Right.
Like,
that is true. That is true.
Sierra's never said nothing negative about her marriage.
That's a very good point.
Be patient and play this game. Nah, man, I'm not playing no more, man. I ain't coming to court no more.
If you have stayed with me to the
So basically, it's like he doesn't even want to pay child support. That's what that whole thing at the end was about.
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, an NBA baller.
So,
Klay Thompson been going real strong ever since they let the world in on their Lil situation. Megan even went and copped Klay a whole $300 Kelvin watch, y'all.
That's a good watch too. Thank you, brother. Sheesh. Megan got gifted me this. Word? Yeah. What a sweet lady.
Now Slim Thug feeling some.
I mean, how many black men call their girlfriends what a sweet lady?
Yeah.
Watch, y'all.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's different. It's the way he sees black women is different than a lot of other black men see black women.
He's just not a ignorant, type guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Klay's real humble. He's one of the best shooters in the history of the NBA. He gonna he a Hall of Famer. He worth about $200 million. Like you, what? Sierra, I'm not Sierra. Megan probably looked at this dude was like, "What am I? Why would I?" See, she made of all the bad decisions she made in her life with these guys, right? She looked at this one and said, "I ain't about to fuck this up." You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. I don't know if they're gonna last. I hope they do because this will start a pattern now. Sierra started it, and then like Megan will be on the train. And I know Jay-Z and Beyonce got a bunch of issues. People pull out their ass about them, but they've been together for 30 years, basically. Almost 30 years. They haven't had any real issues with them. So it's like, besides the lawsuits and the other stuff, but I'm saying this internally. Who else? And I mean, Will and Jada, obviously, that was made public. That was terrible. But for the most part, I think that Russell and Sierra are like the top of in the black community when it comes to at least celebrities being married and something that's for real.
Right. Miss Alto says this. He needs to stop counting other man's pockets. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem right there. And very well said. He should mind his business. And that's the problem, is that he should mind his business. He counted them. He has 3 kids. He shouldn't. That's the business he needs to mind, is his 3 kids. You can tell that Slim Thugg does not have a connection with his children, the way he speaks about them and the child support he has to pay. You don't bring up child support about, to me, really, quite honestly, complaining about child support really doesn't insult the mother as much as it insults the child, if you know what I mean. Because you're saying to yourself, I don't care about my kids. So you're saying to yourself, I don't care about my kids so much that I'm mad that I have to pay them, to pay to feed them, And then Ghost says this, just because you were born in the dirt doesn't mean you have to stay in the dirt. Bars. I was born next to the project complex. I will never go back. Bars. Exactly. And see, and Ghost, you bring up a doggone good point, because I think that's what's happening is like, I think really as a people, we have the capability and the intelligence to move out of the projects as in unison. But for some reason, we're not doing that. Maybe that, I don't know, maybe I should cover that in another live. But here, let me play this right here. Here we go.
That's a good watch too. Thank you, brother. Megan got gifted me this. What? Yeah. What a sweet lady.
Now Slim Thugg feeling some type of way cause Megan gave Klay a shot but ain't ever look his way. Slim been crushing on Megan for years. He used to be all up in her comments, trying to shoot his shot. He even joked about being her video dude. Bro was really putting in effort, and he thought Megan was feeling him back just cause she danced to one of his old tracks.
I see the stallion dancing to Thug from around the way. And still
Here's the obsession part coming in. Just because she likes his song, he thinks that she should, get with him. What? So she can be baby mama number 4?
If that ain't hey, I want you daddy call, I don't know what is. So I'm just waiting on my day, kid. I'm just waiting on her to come to Houston and hit my line.
But Megan still curved Slim Thugg.
And no, Slim Thugg just told me I want to. I just like your music, baby.
Now that Megan out in the open with Klay Thompson walking red carpets, hitting the golf course.
I mean, if you tell everybody in the whole concert that you don't want somebody, I think I'm going to take that as a no. that's true,
Yeah, that was. She even had to come out and say something, let you know how hard he was on her, social media wise. But I mean, I heard. I don't know if she had some kind of dance routine she did to that song. You could hear it in the background, Still Tipping. But I will tell you this though, Still Tipping is one of those, like, one of the best songs in hip hop history coming out of Houston. And Slim Thugg, he had the first verse on the song. This song came out, I think, 04 or 05. I was a freshman in high school, 04. Man, listen, Slim Thugg killed that shit, man. His verse is one of those, like, I know the whole thing by heart. I can't forget it. And like he said, one of the hardest lines, it was so smooth. He said Gucci shades up on my braids when I escalade while I'm riding spree wheel sliding like an escapade. Oh, that's just so smooth. Like that shit was smooth. But anyway, yeah, so of course Megan Thee Stallion like that shit. But that don't mean she like you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Being all cute, Slim Thug looking a lil pressed.
Well, you didn't think I was that you ain't give Slim that chance, but you gave that you thought was that chance. He not around 25 years later still buying Rolls Royces. I seen you go through all that. I seen it, and I'm still in shape like a This is what you gotta live with. If you a tough like me, you gonna get your time to shine. They have to live what they told you no. Okay, if it ain't me, let's see how that work out for you. Let's see what you end up with. Yeah, I like to watch. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wishing you no bad luck either, because we don't connect. I ain't saying that at all. Don't get it twisted. That's not what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm gonna look and watch. I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna see and I'm gonna say, didn't appreciate me, told me no. Could have been in the Rolls Royce. Could have.
Wait, did you just hear what he? This is a dude with three. Remember, I have to keep saying this. This is a dude with 3 baby mamas that doesn't want to pay child support for his own children. You could have been in a Rolls Royce. I don't know about you, Deontay, but I think Klay can scrape up the money for one. You know what I mean? I think it can scrape up. You know.
Klay Thompson could get a brand new custom-made Rolls Royce built, because they built them over in England. He can have that shit shipped right to his front door. It'll probably cost him about $1 million to have all that done. He can do it right now. Slim Thug is one of those dudes where, I mean, I'm not going to hate on him because I can't do it, but like he'll go and get a Rolls Royce that's like 5 or 6 years old, and they still look good. Trust me, like even a Rolls Royce from the 50s can look good. You know what I'm saying? But he not buying no brand new stuff, custom made, like not like that. And I'm thinking like, dude, yeah, exactly. Like you talking about Klay Thompson, man. You talking about some 25 years later still. That's because he's comparing himself to the 90% of rappers that fall off financially after they big hit and big run comes, you know. But that's not gonna happen with Klay though. Klay, 25 years from now, Klay's still gonna be trying to figure out which fucking mansion he want a vacation in. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gotta worry about it. And plus, I think Megan Thee Stallion is richer than Slim Thug.
Could have been in the drop Lambo. Could have been in the penthouse. Could have been at the boss.
All that money he wasted. Remember now, he's still worried about paying child support. So he must not have that much money if he's worried about paying child support.
Like resort. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah. And that's as much as I like the stallion. I'm not trying to. I want to be treated like the king, man. She a whole queen. That's expensive. Did you see the watch? She bought that $300. Man, what kind of gift you got to buy back if she give you a $300,000 watch? I can't have no woman, little boy in me. You know what I'm saying?
So why would she want? He doesn't even. I mean, she cares about. He is jealous to no end. I mean, he never. Watch. Let me just play what he says. He says some.
Like, I'm representing boss energy. I cannot have a woman buying me a $300,000 watch expecting me to buy her, some of that magnitude right back. Hey, baby, I know where I'm supposed to be, and that ain't it. So, yeah, that's not real. I shoot for the stars, and I get this by the biggest. But
I guess what he's trying to say is that their relationship isn't real, and that she is supposed to struggle with Slim Thug. I'm not saying he's broke, but it is struggle love if you end up with a kid and he didn't even marry you. Why should he change now? What is the difference from him now and getting married instead of not marrying one of the baby mamas he has. I think he was just going to make Megan baby mama number 4. That's what I think. So I don't see what the problem is.
You gotta live with that no. You gotta live with that no. Damn, you gotta live with that no. Just know that while you out here throwing them no's around, I'm watching. I'm on your story. I'm on your Instagram. I see that you ended up with. I see it.
Phoenix, so he sounds stupid AF. He sure does.
I see you struggling. I see you going through your shit. I see you. I see how that shit didn't last long. You thought you was doing that shit lasted 2 months. You thought you had a square dude. He went to college. He was a straight square. I was Slim Thug. I ain't with you.
That's what it is. He thinks because he thinks that she is more hood. She belongs in the hood. That's what he thinks. And he's hood. Now he's going to cheat on her. He's going to leave her with children. And then he's going to complain when Megan asks for child support. But he's still thinking he's a better choice than Klay.
So the thing with Slim, Slim Thug, they saying he only worth $2 million, which again, you comparing yourself to, first off, you can't afford Megan because she's worth way more than that. And then two,
yeah, she got 30 million in the bank herself.
Yeah, then you got this dude, Klay Thompson, who's literally on basketball contract where he's making $30-40 million a year. Like, I don't know why he continuing with this, but I think that's also it's the algorithms as well, because he likes it because he go viral. People talk about him. He get invited to podcasts. He get to promote whatever he's got going on. At the same time, because like they used to say, even bad news is good. You know what I'm saying? It's like good publicity. Like either way, if they talking about you negative, because I be like that jump that Kanye did the last few years, all that anti-Semitism stuff like that. It just kept his name going. Like nobody really canceled him. So a lot of these guys, I think Slim Thug just ran with this because that's the only thing that makes sense now is that he just likes that everybody bringing his name up.
So is it safe for me to say that you believe that he is clout chasing?
Oh, hell, he definitely clout chasing. It's like, and then he sounds so stupid because like you were saying, he basically trying to say that if you a hood chick, which, you hear this a lot, you heard it with Sierra, you heard it with Eve, the rapper who ended up marrying like a Russian billionaire or something like that. You heard it with Serena Williams or her husband.
Mm-hmm.
If you from the hood and you a chick, first off, they just somehow believe you just not happy that you're making this up because you want a thug dude and a hood dude. And there's chicks like that out there who really do. That's really all they want, and they'll take all the consequences that come with it, like getting beat on and cheat on and whatever. But nah, man, like it's just delusional.
With somebody who a lawyer who went to Harvard and all this educated I seen that crumble.
So basically, Slim Thug sounding real salty. He mad Megan picked Klay, and honestly, I don't know why he thought he had a real shot. Like, bruh, let it go. It's wild seeing some of these dudes talk about Megan and Klay like this. Even Shaq, yeah, the Shaquille O'Neal had something to say. He claimed it ain't gone last. And let's be real, he used to be thirsting over Megan too. So maybe all these dudes just mad Klay got picked and not them.
Shaq, did you see the news about the new hot couple?
Who?
It is Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion.
6 weeks.
I'm gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. My kid, I can't.
And let's face it. Okay, let's face it. Shaq doesn't have the best past either when it comes to women.
Shaq, who was with Hoops, a known hoe from Flavor of Love, Shaq, who was with Brittany Renner, a known hoe. Like, I mean, Shaq, come on now. Shaq, who made his wife a multi-millionaire after producing the Housewives show for her because he couldn't stop cheating on her.
Yeah.
So what Shaq is doing, he's setting the line, our DraftKick Sportsbook line, at the summer.
6 weeks.
You don't see it lasting into the fall.
6 weeks.
He don't think they gon' make it, and apparently some other folks feel the same. Matter of fact, some folks don't even believe this relationship real for real. Me?
To me, it's like this. It's not even about whether they make it or not. It's the fact that he's treating her with respect. You know, you never know. You know, they might have some type of just some personal issue they can't work out. Or she might still need some healing. You don't know. But what we do know is at least we know that Klay ain't beating up on her. And right now, I think he's so enamored with her that he's not cheating. He's thinking only about her right now. And she deserves that kind of attention. You know, she's been through a lot. I mean, how many women have been shot in the foot? So, you know, that'll wake you up right there. I think she's trying to, but don't get me wrong. I think Megan's trying to get herself married, to be honest with you. I mean, she bought this man a $300,000 watch. That right there, that's like buying a wedding ring to me. I don't know about you, but that's a very nice wedding. I'll take a watch over a wedding ring any day of the week, you know, if it means the same thing. So let me keep this going. Here we go.
Do think Megan and Klay using this whole thing for PR now, but I don't believe that's how it started. I feel like Klay slid in her DMs trying to vibe, and Megan was like, "Aight, cool." They probably kicked it low-key for a minute till Megan's team stepped in like,
I hope I have that video in here. Let me play this video where Klay was on a boat trip with Megan. Give me 1 second to find it. Give me 1 second to find it.
I did wonder how they met. Now that I hear her say that, I'm sure she didn't slide in her DMs. Like, Klay don't seem like that type of person that'll slide in a celebrity woman's DMs and try to holler at her, but you never know. I bet you they probably just met at a function somewhere where a bunch of, you know, top dollar people be at or whatever.
But don't they both, they're both in Texas, right?
Who do Klay? I can't remember who Klay plays for.
I think he plays for the
Dallas. That's what he played for Dallas.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and they're both in tech. So come on. I mean, one of the hottest hip hop artists in history and one of the best shooters in history. I mean, it's not too far fetched. You know what I mean? So let me play this right here. Wait. Let me move this fast forward. Let me mute it right now because they're playing music and I don't want to take no chances. Here we go. So they're out here golfing right now and everything and golfing. We went over that. They're working out together. I mean, those are things that you don't do for a jump off, if you know what I mean. You're not going all out like this. So all those dudes who are thinking, oh yeah, she's just a jump off. She's just a jump off.
No,
now let me play with. Here we go.
I just want to. Hold on, go ahead.
Okay.
We're going fishing.
They're going fishing. Look.
Another adventure, and we're going fishing.
We're going fishing.
This is the captain, and I'm
No, that's right.
the first mate.
That's right.
Bag is so cute.
First, see a big ass fish on the line. I'm sorry. Gaff his ass.
Okay.
I'm gonna gaff his ass.
Gaff his ass.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'm in my element.
I'm in my element. I got my queen on board. Of course I feel cool. I'm the coolest guy in this harbor. That's just like you look. It's so cute.
I mean, she looks so comfortable. She look all comfortable.
Yeah.
Let me play that part again. I need to reiterate what he's saying here.
I'm in my element. I got my queen on board. Of course I feel cool. I'm the coolest guy in this harbor. That's just like you look. It's so cute.
I mean, he is. I mean, I won't say he's sprung, or if he is sprung, that'll last forever. But he's feeling pretty good being with her, and she's looking all comfortable, all relaxed.
Oh, I think he sprung too. I think he not like in like he don't get over it type way. I mean, like, I don't think he's ever dealt with a chick like her before, especially a celebrity female. Obviously, like, and Megan is a freak, man. I mean, it's all in her music. It's her sex life, unfortunately, got spilled out into the public between the court case and the Gayle King interview and everything. And Megan's a freak, and she probably put the voodoo whooshu on Klay, and he couldn't handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is this though? How old is Klay? Is he in his 30s?
He got to be in his late 30s. Let me see.
Yeah. So
we're exactly around the same time.
I mean, I know that men, we put a higher than usual value on SEX, but
he's 35.
I think there's more that he's. I think there's more to it than that.
Oh, yeah. See, that's what I mean. I'm not saying it's all about that, but I am saying that I do think that he probably never had that kind of a experience, because they do it a little bit different from the hood, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can be like life changing for some guys who ain't never had that before. But also when you go to the part where they were working out, and I'm just I'm gonna leave it alone after all this part, but these rappers, most of them dudes ain't working out doing no shit like that. They too busy sipping lean, popping pills, getting high. They not about to go to the gym. But see, Megan, like Beyonce and all them other girls, they know they got to keep themselves in shape in order to do their shows and to look good, all that other stuff. So now she got a man that's an athlete. You know what I'm saying? A world class, and he can keep up with her and go. Matter of fact, she got to keep up with him. Because when he's, Klay Thompson 6'7", 6'8", you know what I'm saying? Like, balling. He can run the floor all day long, night after night. He's in great shape. And there's one more thing to that too. These people, athletes. I don't know if you know about what they say about the Olympics, right? But athletes have I'm sure she ain't never been with nobody before herself who got the stamina that Klay got. You know what I'm saying? Athletes can go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can go. So
yeah, basically that's the whole scoop. I'd like to welcome to the stage Ghost. What are your thoughts?
Why so many people concerned with what's going on in these people's private lives, in their bedroom, in their relationship? It don't have nothing to do with us. Let Megan have her fun. Let this man enjoy his woman that so many other men have lusted after and wanted for themselves. I mean, Megan is choosing her peace over popularity. Let her have her love. All these lusting dudes can go by the wayside. And a man who protects her instead of playing her, that's grown woman behavior. You seek out that type of relationship. And if that intimidates these dudes, then it says more about their need for healing than her.
Bars and a half. Exactly. I mean, I know we're just looking at one scene here, but she looks so comfortable with him. Like, she could just fall asleep. She feels so safe if you know what I mean. And it's not just because of him, but I think it also has to do with the environment that he creates. He's not taking her to some chaotic spot. They're out here fishing, having a good time. You know, he's taken her golfing, fishing, and working out.
I'm sure more than that too. Yeah, like they just and you know, like you said, you hit right on the head. He's not taking her to environments that's not cool because a lot of these guys like to do that. It's the girls who like that too. They like to be in those dangerous situations or whatever. Even after they become rich and famous, they still want to go back to the hood and chill out at the spot and bring the girl like that. For what? You know what I'm saying? Like for what? You know. Plus, she ain't got to worry about Klay shooting her because Klay got a real security team with him. He got real people like licensed to carry and all of that. Like this is not no random ghetto hood shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he probably owned that damn boat they own.
Exactly.
A good woman
Harvard,
choosing a good man shouldn't be controversial. It should be celebrated. And it just boils down to if her joy bothers you, then it's your own standards you need to question, not hers. Let that woman live the good life. I think they're going to get married and she's going to give birth to the next NBA legacy. Her genes and his genes, super child, athlete, talented, muscle tone, take over the game in 20 years. I'm speaking that into existence for her.
Bars. Let me go back to the this golf outfit. Guess who picked out this golf outfit? Klay did. Klay picked it out for her. She didn't argue with him. If you would have heard the conversation, and it's funny because, see, Ghost, a lot of people think that, you know, Megan is that the type of person who will argue with her boyfriend or whatever like that. But if you hear her, she's like, you know, this is my man. What I've heard her say, this is my man. You know, he's my king. I'm his queen. He's the captain. I'm the shipmate. That doesn't sound like a woman who's trying to control a man to me. I don't know about you, but that's what just coming off to me is like she is really when she wants to have whether this is recent, her change is recent. So again, if you get a bullet in your foot, that'll make you have epiphany. Or this might have been the way she's always been, and maybe those men that are now jealous of her, because I have one more who's jealous of, not of her, but of Klay. But there's one more man who's jealous of Klay as well. Now they're realizing who she really is, maybe. And they're like, damn, I missed out on all of that. And I don't mean, her looks. I mean the way that she's treating Klay.
Yeah. And what's funny is we always talk about the red pill and they want a woman to be, what's the word? I almost forgot the word. I did forget. What's the word? Submissive. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They always want the woman to be submissive. Submissive to what? That's what most women say. Like, to what? Well, like, I believe that a woman will be submissive to a man who is worth it. And the man who worth it is not beating you over the head with it. Like, I'm the one who running the shit around here. You just a little, like, no. It got to be natural. Just like how she said in that little clip, he the captain and I'm the first mate. Like, I know they talking about a boat, but still. Like, right. She bought him a $300,000 day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm sure he's spoiling the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just something different to see because I would have never. I think that's why it's such a big story. I mean, Klay Thompson. I mean, I'd have never thought that would have happened. Like, if you would have told me that, I thought it would have been a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's such a big thing.
These men got it all confused, though. They want submission. It's not that women are seeking a position where they can be submissive. Women are seeking to be respected, to feel comfortable, to feel safe. That's it. That's the core. It's not complicated. It's not unrealistic. But these red pill spaces don't run on emotional intelligence. It runs on fear, control, and projection. They want submissive women to do exactly what they want with no straying from the script. They want a puppet. That's what they want. They don't want a woman who's comfortable and can enjoy herself and explore what the relationship holds. Red pill men aren't trying to understand women. They're trying to rank, correct, and outsmart women. They as rejection. They see her independence as a threat. They see her standards as an insult. And because if they truly understood that all women want is peace and respect and trust, then they have to confront the fact that they're not capable of offering it. And instead of rising to meet the needs, they lower the bar and try to convince women to settle.
Bars. Exactly.
Exactly.
Let's go.
Okay. What's this called, baby?
This is a line. This rope. This is a cleat. Hold on 1 sec.
Shout out to Miss RV in the house. Miss RV.
Hey, let me take her over. Jump it. Right there.
Safety first.
Fact. Arrow Point. Emerald Bay. Eagle Reef. Cherry Cove. Let's go there. Can I get some Megan on the beat?
Wait, did he just say I love you? Let me see that.
Megan on the beat?
Yeah, you sure as hell did. Okay, it's for real then, because he said it on video. No. Let me stop it just because let me mute it. Okay. Yep, so
I think they can love each other. I mean, a healthy couple isn't about control, it's about the connection. So
Right.
Two people don't have to like the same things, but when they learn from each other and share their passions and support each other's growth, that's real intimacy. So it's not about just chemistry, it's about curiosity. Love deepens when you explore life together and not just exist side by side. He's going to get some stuff from her. She's going to pick up some stuff from him.
Mhm.
Bless them. Bless them on this path. Bless them both.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Like he's letting her drive the boat too. She all careful. She doesn't want to wreck. What's she saying right now? Wait, okay, they're just driving. Dang, he must trust. That's a lot of trust to have somebody somebody driving a boat on a choppy day like that. And he's just up front. Oh, okay, he's talking right now.
This look like a motherfucking wrestling suit. That's Forrest Aquaman.
Fishes won't be able to see me coming through the kelp, man.
He must really like fishing. I like fishing, but I ain't gonna scuba dive for him.
This one.
Ain't your friend.
So, I mean, That looks like if it was anybody else, they'd be going, "Oh, what a beautiful couple." But since it's Megan and Klay, they're all getting jealous. Let me show you this clip right here. Where did I put it? I got way too much stuff here. Is this it? Yeah, it is. Okay. What? Okay, let me move forward. Let's bring it home. What did I do with that? It's easy for me just to do this. I don't think I can find the one I'm looking for, but let me play this one.
Awesome.
The Prince of Pain, the Master of Disaster, all that old good stuff is here.
What's up, brother? Let me tell you the
What's
backstory.
up? Peace to you, Trey. Peace, brother.
Kendra G Singles, the dating app, is available now on iPhones and Android phones. Yes,
Indeed.
Awesome has been on the show. He probably will be the most memorable guest so
Yeah.
far. 2025 is on the show twice. Now the backstory, because Trey doesn't know. I talked to Awesome. I want to say like 45 minutes each time. The last time he called, he was in a shelter. He had his daughter.
So this dude right here was in the shelter and he had his baby with him. And basically, he was telling women what he was after. Obviously, he was in shelter, he was in a shelter, but telling women what to do.
Yeah, I remember this dude. He didn't make any sense at all. Like, I didn't understand what he was talking about.
Yeah, I just found that kind of weird that, what if you're in a shelter, you need to worry about yourself. But let me play a little bit and we'll see what's going on.
Daughter on his 9-month-old daughter who's biracial, and he made it clear he was looking for a black woman with no bastard kids, and she had to be of a certain.
So let me break it down for you. He had a child with a Caucasian woman, which is fine. But now he wants to dig up a black woman for some reason, even though he has he just had the kid. The kid's an infant.
Certain age and a certain fit. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Okay, what about now?
Are you looking for love?
Yeah, I'm terrible with this thing. Yeah, I'm definitely. Absolutely. What's happening?
Is this your child?
Absolutely. I don't take care of no.
He's holding somebody else, his child, right, that he had by somebody else, but he's looking for love. Instead of looking for love with the woman he had a child with. That already to me is like ridiculous.
Nobody else kid.
How old is your kid?
She be 9 months next month.
You are the first man that came on with a baby in their hands. So why you not with the baby's mama?
Okay, well, that's the mother of my child. I was in the streets and I was living a different life, and her mother, she decided that she wanted to do some other things.
What do you do for a living?
Well, I'm an industrialist, you know what I'm saying? But right now, I'm working at a pizza place.
So what would you say to the woman that's concerned that you have a 9-month-old baby?
I mean, that would be silly. You know what I'm saying? If she doesn't know a man when she's looking at one, then that'd be her loss. Wigs and weave.
So it's her loss. It's a woman's loss of a man who just had a child. Obviously, the relationship with that woman who he had a child with didn't work out. But a new woman who comes across him, it would be a loss if she didn't choose him. I'm wondering if that's what he's trying to say.
That's what I meant. Like I didn't understand what he said. Cause it's like you living in a shelter, you gonna say you an investor. That's like me saying, well, I'm a successful stockbroker, but I'm working at a pizza place right now. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you talking about? You know, then you in a shelter, then you with a baby that's 9 months old. You obviously got a whole lot more important stuff going on than trying to find a chick. Like,
Right. I mean, he's got a whole lot. I mean, a baby will take up all your time by it, you know, his or herself. So for him to be like literally just having a kid and then being out here looking for somebody else is weird.
Not too particularly. I don't have too much of a problem as long as you do have some hair and you will show it. I don't mind you being able to switch it up. That's not a problem.
And that's the weirdest things. The people, that's what I've learned. I don't know, Ghost, if you've seen this, but for some reason, my fellow men, it seems like the less they have, the more they demand. I don't get it.
They entitlement. That's all that is. Entitlement.
Obviously, he's probably in the shelter. Probably, you know, maybe just got out or something. I don't know, but he's starting at the bottom. I mean, he's not even, you know, Klay is more modest than this guy is.
He's playing the part. He's faking it till he make it. As long as he feel like he has someone to look down upon, he good.
Their kids is a no-no for me as well.
So hold on, wait, real quick. You don't want a woman with kids.
Yes.
So can you just explain? I mean, you're literally holding
So he's holding his own child, but he doesn't want a woman with kids.
9-month-old that she would have to become the mother to. Why would you not accept her child if you want her to accept yours?
Yes, great question, kids. You never had anybody to explain this correctly. Me being able to create structure for a child that doesn't belong to me. I'll give you an example.
So what his structure put him into a shelter. His structure put him into a shelter. He couldn't even take care of himself. He had to be in a shelter. That's just straight up delusion if you ask me.
When I'm disciplining my daughter, I don't have to ask anybody for anything. I don't have to go to any man. I don't have to talk to her. I can say, Pumpkin, you on punishment, and that's that. I don't have to give a why or a this. I don't like to explain myself, Kendra. And another thing, that's one of the reasons. A second reason is because I believe in structure. My daughter, I have certain plans for her. So most women don't have structure. Well, a lot of these single mothers don't have structure in their home. They don't want to hear.
Wait a minute. Let me repeat, everybody. When he was recording this, he was in a shelter. From what I recall, a shelter is a place which is an important place for people who may not be able to take care of themselves immediately or have the facilities to do so. And it's a place where you go for a safe haven, place to lay your head down and build yourself back up. And he's in one of those, literally stating that single mothers don't have any structure. I know a lot of single mothers who are like managers, CEOs, directors. They seem pretty structured to me. I don't know about y'all, but they seem pretty structured to me. This is pure delusion.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with this guy. That's what I was saying. Like I forgot about this part. So he up here telling women that he don't want he don't want them to have no children, but he can have his, and he believes in structure and getting what he wants. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier, the red pill produce. Like they don't want a woman when they say submissive, they talking about a damn slave, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's not what submission is. Submission really is just complete trust in somebody and comfort, and you so comfortable with the trust you have in somebody that you will allow them to make decisions for you and the family because you know that they got their head on straight and they've shown you this. Not from some dude who just because I'm a man I'm supposed to be, like nah, like this dude is living in a homeless shelter talking about women as if he living in a fucking mansion. So this is crazy.
It's pure lunacy.
I'm gonna say it. Let me see if I can put her down. Hold on a second.
Aw.
Hold on, Gizmo.
I hope this is not an inappropriate question.
I mean, when your only flex is a kid you just had, you know you got problems. And I don't mean having a child is a bad thing. It's not. But if he's flexing a child, on national TV to try to attract women, he's not, that's crazy. That's just crazy to me. Shout out to the treason in the house. That's 3 strikes, y'all. 1, shelter. 2, any woman is silly to not want him with a baby. Right. 3, she can't have a baby. Exactly that. SRV says, and women without kids shouldn't want a man with kids. Yeah.
Them are asking me to ask you, is the baby's mama Caucasian?
Yes.
She is.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. No, it's not okay. No, that's okay. But I specifically, I prefer. I'm looking for a black woman. I specifically prefer black women. While I was in West Virginia, that's just what it was.
And so he broke up with a girl because he went out to eat. And what was the reason you broke up with her again?
Yeah, the broad ain't know how to order. She didn't know how to take directions. She didn't know how to order a steak. Kendra, I tried to correct her, and she wanted to do it her way, so she can do it her way with another guy. Yeah. I met a woman one time. I liked her, Kendra. She wanted to order a well done steak. I can't take a woman serious who orders a well done steak. I'm not going to a high end steakhouse and gonna be embarrassed. I'm just not.
What dude? You living in a fucking? Never mind. Did you see? What is? Like, you know what? I think what happens is with a lot of people that come on Kendra's show is that, I mean, how many times have you seen people come on the show and they're not ready, right? They wearing weird stuff, they got stuff in the background, their hair crazy, and they always say, I didn't know you was gonna pick me. Like, so why did you put your name up there? Like, that's one. And then 2, people like to take what their future is going to be and juxtapose, I mean, not juxtapose, but superimpose it onto what's happening in reality. It's like I knew a chick that was in med school, and she was talking about how she better than people because she was going to be a doctor, but she wasn't yet, and she ended up dropping out. That was crazy. This dude the same way. You living in a homeless shelter, and you talking about high-end restaurants, and you an industrial. And it's like, dude, you should have waited until you got back on your feet to start talking like that. Because you
Right.
sound like something's wrong with you mentally. Like I done met homeless people before living on the streets who would tell you their story where they came from, but I rarely met one that told me like, yeah, I'm gonna be rich tomorrow, man. Matter of fact, I know all about Rolls Royces and BMWs too. And can I get some change though? You know what I'm saying? Like what?
Yeah. He calls himself awesome. I think he's awesome delusion.
And he went to a state. Think about this. Of all the reasons that he could have, the examples of why he broke up with his baby mom, he went to, oh, I don't like the way she orders steak. Like, what? You don't like the way she orders steak? What the?
Well, it shows you that he doesn't care what a woman thinks or what a woman wants, because by all means, if I take a woman out to dinner, it's to have so she can have a steak if she wants a steak the way she wants to have a steak. That's what you're treating people to dinner. You're not forcing people to eat. So he's got some psychological things going on. I'm going to be nice, but I'm just going to say he's got some psychological things going on.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to HQ Reacts. Eating Queen says delusional.
You have
What's
to
wrong with a
listen.
well done steak?
Yeah, it's very tacky. It shows that you don't know how a steak.
Dude, you are in a freaking shelter. There's nothing wrong with the shelter, because to me, we need more shelters. We need more shelters to bring up those who are trying to get out, and on a positive, they want to live a positive life, but not like this. Not like judging other people that have and do more than he has.
It's supposed to be eaten. It shows that you lack the requisite skill to be in a place. You don't order a well done steak people look at you like a certain word, like you don't know, you don't belong. And so I had to leave a chick because of that. She didn't listen. She wasn't even willing to try. I don't want a woman who won't try.
How was she supposed to order the steak, fam?
Medium rare, brother Trey. Medium rare.
Okay.
Only way to eat steak, brother. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, or the way I tell you to eat it. You know what I mean? You eat the cake out of me. Eat the cake. No,
So
I'm just
also-
teasing. Shout out to
Okay,
you.
you're not in the shelter anymore.
No. You know what I'm saying? I've been gone, but y'all got to excuse me. I got a bad vision. You know what I'm saying? Something hit me and I had a little situation befall me, but I really wanted to come on and address a lot. Kendra, first of all, shout out to you. Shout out to you. You got the reaction channel going. You know what I'm saying? Based on the kid. You know what I mean? I'm glad you got that going. That
We
was
actually
great.
haven't done
That
any
was
more
smart.
since you made a reaction channel. We had to do a reaction to you, but
Yeah.
we haven't been doing them lately.
You and Zach.
Yeah, me and Zach did a reaction because Austin was just so much. So what's the update?
Well, a lot going on. Hey, but you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm for real. First of all, a few things. You know what I'm saying? A little house cleaning. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Dr. Dez. I definitely want to shout him out because
I think he's still in the shelter, to be honest with you.
He gave me respect, and I understand that he's seeing a beautiful black woman.
Yep,
and
he
shout
got
out to
his
that brother.
fiance, Dr.
Yeah, I definitely want to. Let me definitely acknowledge that brother. I also want to acknowledge the black women and black men that reached out. You know what I'm saying? To have respect for a goon, and you know what I mean, and understood. And like to see a brother stand on it. I like that. Now, here's a few things. First of all, I want to talk about the guy who you had come on.
Now, the funny thing is that basically he is a representative of the red pill community. This is how they are, where they don't really measure themselves. I think that's the word I'm looking for. They don't measure themselves, especially against other men, and say, hey, I could, really, I should be doing better. I should be focused on, being able to afford a high-end steak, right? But he can't afford a steak. If he's in a shelter, you cannot afford the steak that he's saying that you should be eating. So, that's let me keep it going.
You had two guys that came on and used my name, but they didn't like my situation. They wanted to speak on me. The two light-skinned guys. What I want to tell brothers is this: what you want to do at all times is, if you think you're different from another man, present your position. Don't never try to use another man to elevate yourself, because it makes you look weak. That's a broad move. So that's
a man who literally has hit rock bottom.
This guy got duct tape holding up his posters, and he's talking about how to put together a state.
So
So
I wasn't even looking that hard
well-done
because he's not even attractive. So I wasn't looking at him dead in his face, but I just saw the dollar store tape.
Yeah, so it's like, so a woman is tacky because she want a well done steak, but you not tacky putting duct tape. You couldn't even border it right, my guy. That's how I noticed it. I'm like, oh, this dude got duct tape holding up posters.
that's why I think he's still in the shelter.
In the
I'm sorry, go
shelter,
ahead, Bill.
holding the baby, just struggling to survive, and he still got the audacity to look down on women because he considered himself a high value man. Sir, value is not a mindset when it's not backed up by action. If your child is hungry and your finances are wrecked, and you still think you're better than women because of your gender, that's not masculinity. That's ego with zero foundation. True value is measured by how you show up, how you protect, how you lead with humility, not how loud you are about your standards. You can't build a house in your mouth. You can't raise a child with pride alone. Respect has to be earned, and that includes respecting yourself enough to get real about where you are in your life.
Bars.
That's that. I'll leave that there. You had one young lady that spoke on me and said that I tried to get with her and I tried to knock her off. I tried to get with her daughter. Remember that?
No, she had a kid. That's why
Yeah.
I think I remember that. She said you reached out to her, you wanted to talk to her.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember, Kendra, whether I contacted her or not. I contacted a lot of bras before I got kicked off your app. Somehow or another.
The fact that he's calling everybody a broad is always, I mean, that's already
kicked off the app. I don't know why.
No, you're not kicked off, but we
Yeah.
updated. You was not banned unless
I couldn't
people
log in.
reported you.
I couldn't log in. Like after our conversation, I couldn't log in anymore.
Oh, I wonder if they report.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. I'll check on your account.
Okay.
But I mean, maybe people reported you. Now that would be messed up if they reported you.
yeah. So basically, women. This is a telltale sign. She probably has like one of those algorithm things, like if somebody is reported so many times, they kick you off the system, which is a good system. And he creeped out so many women that he got kicked off the app. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, this guy is now the thing is he should be a homosexual. You know, somebody who just gets with a girl mainly just because she's lonely and don't have nobody, and he just sets her up good and she lets him just stay around. But he can't even do that because he got so much like ego and I need to be running stuff. Like, it's not too many women, especially women with resources, who are going to let a man stay with them for free and give nothing but some sex, and then he run every damn thing. Like, no.
Right.
So you're going to be in your shelter with your duct tape for a long time, man. Like, it's this is crazy. I mean, I don't know. And entertaining, though.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what he is. I mean, he's a joke. He is a joke. Either way you count you count it. But
he looked like Mark Lamont Hill. That's why I keep looking at him like he looked like Mark Lamont Hill. Like I be wanting to say that, but yeah, Mark Lamont ain't dumb as hell like this dude is.
You can't get kicked off because the IT team, if you're reported, because we have a lot of fake accounts.
Okay.
How you spell your name again? Awesome.
AWESUM.
I know. I'm going to tell you this. He got kicked out. It was him who did it. He got kicked off because he got creepy with a lot of women. That's what happened, in my opinion.
AWESUM.
Yes.
Oh, AWESUM.
That's correct.
So they must have reported. That is a shame.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the IT team personally to get you reinstated. So what happens is because there was a lot of scammers on our app.
Right.
If you
It's not scammer. She's covering for him because basically he's the type of person who would probably get kicked off.
report if a page is reported so many times for safety purposes, they will remove it. But
Yep.
I
Remember, I just said that.
think people were hating on you. I didn't know this until this moment.
They're not.
They were hating on
See,
you because
hey, come on now, Kendra. You know he's creepy. There's something wrong. You know he probably came at some women the wrong way, more than probably at least. What she needs to do is read over the reports and see what the response was. Because nobody
the only reason you get kicked off the app if you're not you, but you are you.
Yes.
So I'll tell them AWE.
No, that's not the only way somebody can get kicked off the app. So obviously she has some moderation system in place, whether it's AI or automatic or something. And basically what happened is that you could tell by his personality and his character that he's the type of person who could definitely get himself, kicked off an app, whether she knows it or not. I mean, that's the only issue.
Yes, that's correct.
I'll get you reinstated.
Well, I appreciate it, Kendra. Like I say, and like I told you, I was going to meet a woman. Because I know me. You know what I'm saying? That was gonna be that. She don't particularly like to. She don't want to be public. She doesn't want to be. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be with the smoke. She's very attractive. She's thicker than two Snickers, and she know how to listen and follow directions for the most part. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
How old was she? She has no kids?
She done came to see. No, you know what I'm saying? I will say this. She has one child. He's older, but he's very bright. He's not like me at all. He's like a genius. You know what I'm saying? He's very smart.
Do you regret any of the things that you said, like as in a single mom having bastard kids?
I'm glad you said no. I stand on that. No, I'm not taking care of your bastard baby. I don't care nothing about it. That's that. Anybody who signs up for it is a sucker. I said it. If you don't like it, then that's up to you.
Let me ask you this. So,
yes, ma'am.
If any man dated your baby mamas, you think he's a sucker?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Daughter, cover your ears. You black most of y'all make $27,000 a year. You don't make no money. Okay, Kendra, I'm sorry. I apologize. Kendra don't like that, so I apologize. These phony bras who come on your show talking about they make $100,000. It's all cap.
Remember now, he's in a shelter.
It's all cap, Kendra. It's all cap. It's all phony. I'll never bag off that. And anybody that signed up for it is a sucker. Now,
But you're about to be with a woman that has a kid, awesome.
No, she was married. You know what I'm saying? She was married to her, she was married.
I don't know what to say. I'm embarrassed.
This dude is just, I don't know. And he think he a high value man with the duct tape. This remind me of this guy. Kevin Samuels was interviewing this dude before, and the dude said that he was a high value man because even though he didn't have a job and he lived on his best friend's couch, he said that he had the ability to still have sex with top-notch women. And that alone should put him in high value, territory. And even Kevin Samuels was like, nigga, you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think just because you can knock down some bad chicks, you a high value man and you broke as hell and don't have a job and proud of it? And it's crazy because I know dudes like that personally who they feel like as long as I can knock down some bad chicks, that's really my whole goal in life. Like I don't need to advance in any other way. Like it's crazy. And this guy, I know he hasn't said it like that, but look at it. He in a freaking homeless shelter still talking like he got an 8-figure bank account somewhere.
Yeah, he I mean,
she was married to her husband, you know what I'm saying? And that was that. So that's
So
she was waiting on a nigga like me. But that's I do want to answer that, Kendra, because there was one thing I did say, Trey, Kendra.
Nobody is waiting on a man who lives in a shelter. Especially a man, you know, he's probably around 50.
And chat, I do want to say that I do regret saying that any black man who gets help therapy is a cornball. If you need the help,
it only would make sense for him to say that.
He need help, and he knows he do.
You know, if he got if he got therapy, he may not be in the shelter. He might have his own place. He must be joking. He must be joking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was just a super troll. And as long as Kendra, the thing about when you trolling like that, as long as the person you trolling keeps playing the game with you, you can keep going. Kendra keeps letting this dude play this game, and maybe she's getting good views from it. I don't know, because it's still a business for her. She might not want some, you know, I'm sure she didn't intend her channel to become the ratchet nonsense that it became for the most part, but it brought her so much attention and views and the money that comes with it. I mean, she was able to quit her job and do this full time. So you got to have those ridiculous viral moments. And he definitely made a few.
Carl Go said that shelter needs to charge him for using up that fast internet. I mean, okay. Let me play a little bit more of this.
brother, get it. You might not be as strong as me to try to go through those things alone. And what's lost in the fire, you'll find in the ashes. That's been my
he doesn't have a pot to piss in, but he's trying to give out advice. I don't know what to say. I really don't.
But if you can get the help, brother, and you have some issues mentally, and you think you need some help, get the help. As long as you're going to a black therapist, go get the help. So I do regret saying that. Everything else I stand on.
Well, awesome. Okay, just for understanding purposes, because you have 2 children.
Yes.
And they're by 2 women.
Yes.
And you wasn't married to either 2 of the women, correct?
Correct.
So do your children classified as being bastard children?
No, I've already explained that. My children.
Of course not. Of course they're not. Of course it's different for him. What did No Fugazi said? Oh, they're an exception to the rule, right?
Yeah.
Are my seed. I want to explain this because a lot of times people get this misunderstood. They tend to think
I think we understand it perfectly, but go ahead.
Our children, they're my seed. A woman is an incubator. She, you know what I'm saying? That's what she is. These children are our seeds. So when
I'm a dude and he's getting on my nerves hard. I don't know what to say.
I plant my seed.
Let me pause it right there for a minute. I need to take a break from his irritation. We can talk about anything. We can talk about new movies. I just need a break for a minute because this dude is getting on my nerves. Feel free to chat for 1 second. I got to upload something real quick.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I saw you had to. I got on kind of late, so I don't know if y'all had already talked about the Shannon Sharpe situation, but I see him in the background. Uncle Shay Shay done messed up real bad, and he done fumbled the money. I mean, this is so weird because he was literally on the precipice of $100 million deal, and he was making $12 million a year with ESPN. They were gonna sign him to a bigger deal, and he had the liquor deal and all the endorsements. I mean, Shannon was about to catapult into extreme, notoriety on the media end, and then he let himself be taken down by a little white girl, literally like a 19-year-old, And
I
it's
go as
just,
far as saying that he took himself down.
Yeah,
well,
he
yeah,
knew what was going to happen. Men have come before him. Men will make the same mistake after him. He knew how this show would end, and he still decided to walk that path. So I can't feel bad for him. I feel bad for his family, the embarrassment he's caused them,
Mm.
yeah,
because now all
it's
his kinks are out there, and they didn't need to
yeah.
know that about Uncle Shannon.
Uncle Shay Shay into that race play, like, and
We all
yeah,
knew what was going to go down way back when the news broke. It's like, that's it, hang it up. And he still decided to try to fight it a little bit. That's
right.
That's my other song, Flag on the Play. That fool knew, but still chose to make that play.
yeah. And if he would have just settled this behind closed doors and not, because he's the one that doxed her. She was never gonna come out and give her name, give her profession, any of that. And he should have just took that behind closed doors and just made a settlement, even if it was 20, 30 million, because that would have kept him out of, that would have kept his $100 million contract in play.
Mm.
But once he doxed her and she retaliated by releasing all of those audios of him saying, big black man, choke little white girl, I'm like, oh shit, you did not say that to her. And she got it on video. Like, and then y'all filming each other. Like, dude, you just, this goes to show you, like, it doesn't matter if you rich or poor, famous or just a regular civilian. Like, these are societal problems that we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that a lot of regular average people assume that these celebrities and rich people are smarter than what they are because they're very talented at something. But being talented at something don't make you smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
It's all his fault, though. That whole doxing, it's not a power move. That was not a defense. He did that to shame and intimidate and silence that chick. Settling a
Yes.
lawsuit doesn't erase the harm or the evidence. The claims, the recordings, the threats remain. And I think that's just the top of it. So unless she signs something not to release anymore, we might be eating popcorn and sipping tea for another year or so, looking at this stuff pop up. So this isn't just one man's fault. It reflects how systems protect the reputation, protects men reputation over the survivors. So let's not confuse the silence with exoneration. Protecting a brand it doesn't justify destroying a woman's privacy and dismissing accusations because someone is more famous or decorated or well-known. That's not protection. That is just his privilege. He knew exactly how this story was going to end. From cover to cover, he knows this story and still decided, you know what? This happened to all these people before me. I'm special. I'm different. I'm going to be the one who don't get caught.
Boom. That's where it is in the societal thing. Like, I'm not gonna say all of us, but a lot of people have that I'm special syndrome. I'm the one that's not gonna happen. I don't care if it's a woman who gets with a man who's known for beating his last 5 baby moms, or I'm the special one who's not gonna, or a man get with a woman who used to, like doing whatever, like I'm the special one. Or look at what he did to Donnell Rollins. He interviewed Donnell Rollins, the comedian, made fun of him for having a 22-year-old baby mom. And then it come to find out you had a 19-year-old OnlyFans chick. Like, you really thought you was gonna be able to keep this under wraps? I don't know.
Yeah, wasn't she an OnlyFans chick with like over 2 million, subscribers?
Yeah,
Her
she was
number
making
grew
money.
after he doxed her.
Yeah,
Free
she was
advertising.
making, but she retired though. Shannon done retired this little girl at 22 years old, and then he done got fired from ESPN. Like, Shannon, I know he's sick, man. Wherever he at right now, he bent over right now, crying.
Yeah.
Or he could be just sitting in a dark room blaming black women because they always find a way to blame black women for whatever they do wrong, even if we're not involved. Somehow it's got to be black
Thank
women's
you.
fault.
Thank you. Thank you.
In the soil, that is my seed. If I deem that seed worthy and I take care of my seed, then that is that.
Wait, he says he takes care of his seed, but he's again, I'm sorry, I have to repeat it. He's in a shelter with duct tape. He would have been better off just using some stick pins and leaving it at that. I don't know why he used duct tape. I really don't.
He's not, man. This dude, you don't have this much as he's trying to proclaim knowledge about the world, and especially like high-end things, but you living like this.
Right.
Like, come on now, dude. There's so many you could have used. I mean, like that. That's one of those things where them detectives be so good. You know what I'm saying? Like where they could just look at one thing in your house and then they can learn everything about you from that. Like, you can learn everything about from listen to what he's saying and just keep looking at the duct tape posters and be like, oh, I know everything's going on with you. You lying, you putting on, you capping. You know, like you gonna sit up here and say that any child born to a woman who wasn't married is a bastard, but your two kids who you wasn't married to their mom, they not bastards though. And the reason is because just explaining. Like, it's crazy.
Darnell's in the house. Thank you, Darnell, for the super chat. Darnell says Shannon didn't do her. It was Tony Busby fault. Her identity was released. When he released the tape, the judge had no choice but to release gag order. Oh, okay. So he said Shannon didn't dox her.
No, Shannon doxed her first, and then that's when she started to release everything. Because remember, he gave an explanation about what was going on, and he just named the girl. And talked about how he met her and everything. And it's like, why would you do this? He was trying to get ahead of it. He thought he was smart, man, and he made a dumb mistake. Because Busby wouldn't have did that. A lot of these women, you know, they're victims. They don't want to have their name out there. That's why even in Diddy's trial, one of the witnesses was still being called Jane Doe, even though she was clearly sitting up there on stage, on the court or whatever. But yeah, man, it's that's what I was saying earlier. The judge told the girl and Busby not to destroy any of the sex tapes because they want to use it just in case they need to be used in this next lawsuit that Shannon has going on with the girl from ESPN from a decade ago. I'm like, man, if they ever release them sex tapes or anything, Shannon jacked up, man. All of this stuff is just crumbling over his head.
Yeah, Angela said about this Mr. Awesome or whatever. He has illusions of grandeur while living in that shelter. Exactly. Let's play a little bit more. Here we go.
I'm that child's father. So I want to make that clear. I don't have bastard children. Men don't have bastard children who have accepted their children and who take care of their children. They have deemed, I name my children. I'm a real man, Kendra. I don't let no woman name my children.
Real man in a shelter.
I don't run from those responsibilities. Though as long as you're not playing no games with the court and you're not trying
Well, by the default, he is running away from him because he's in a shelter. He didn't do what he needed to do to even take care of himself. How can he take care of his own children?
Get me dragged through the system. Yeah, we can always work that out.
So, okay, with that being said, so if a woman has a baby with a man who they're not together, but he's being involved in a child's life, do you consider that child to be a bastard child still?
If he's involved with the child, what do you mean? Like is he being the father? Is he worthy?
I thought, I don't like this, but overall, I thought when you refer to a child as a bastard child, it means that the child was created without being married. Like
The second, Miss RV is correct. Shannon is being sued again for $20 million. So, several flags on the play. In fact,
He's gonna have to liquidate some of his pretty purses and pay that woman off.
But you know, the lawsuit that he got with that reporter, the former reporter from ESPN, that's the one that's really going to get him if that goes through, and you know, because it's probably going to go to court. But this one, the $20 million one he got for defamation, I'm not really sure about that. I want to see how that play out because she's suing him and Ocho Cinco because when that video of her went viral, of her kissing Usher on stage, which Usher does with everybody, even celebrities, it went viral and a lot of people were talking about it. But Shay Shay, him and Ocho on their show Nightcap, they were turning it into like a little joke. They were saying, "Oh man, I hope she ain't married because her husband gonna be divorcing her. Usher up here just ruining marriages, you know, all that other stuff." Now, which Usher got interviewed by Shay Shay before the Super Bowl, and he asked him about ruining chicks' marriages, you know, and Usher just joked and said, "Hey, that's what I do." So I don't know, like, if they can really say that Chad and Shay Shay was the ones who caused all of her issues, because she said that everybody thought it was real, that she was really married and getting divorced over that. Because that's like, I don't know. Everybody was talking about it.
Let's check this out right here. Here we go.
I would tell you this is what I would do.
Let me make sure I get the volume up. This is Shannon and Ocho.
Come to me and I was like, "Damn, baby, why you didn't tell me you had OnlyFans?" She's like, "I'm sorry, Shannon, because I know you're gonna be upset, and you know, but here's my last month check." I look down at
the dream in the house.
That thing say 200,000. I don't know who you have filming, but I'm in charge now. Hey, that's my job.
Man. So in today's video, we got to talk about Shannon Sharpe, guys. Apparently, Shannon Sharpe was just hit with another lawsuit. Shortly after he settled the other lawsuit he was hit with from the OnlyFans model. And, you know.
Now, this is a day old.
Unfortunately, we saw that he had lost his ESPN job. It was reported right here that, you know, ESPN cut ties with Shannon Sharpe shortly after he had settled that lawsuit with the OnlyFans model. And then the OnlyFans model girl, she came out, made a mockery of the situation, pretty much in that, you know, hey, I'm retired now from OnlyFans, and thanking her fans and stuff like that, right? And then Shannon Sharpe, of course, he came out and addressed him being let go by ESPN. He made a quick statement.
Get started. Obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week. And really, the only thing that I really ask is, like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, you know, it didn't happen that way.
He was pretty much saying, you know, he wished ESPN would have waited to make that announcement because he wanted the spotlight to be on his brother getting his Hall of Fame gold jacket, right? So, you know, everybody was reacting to that based on a lot of backlash, as you guys can see in comments like this. So, you know, people were just calling him out for that lawsuit settlement. And then now we wake up and see this new lawsuit that Shannon Sharpe was hit with, another $20 million lawsuit, which includes him, Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson, and Shay Shay Media. So apparently, as you guys can see right here, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys remember this woman right here. She had went viral for the Usher concert, and they were calling her auntie or whatever, right? And so she had this moment with Usher. I'll just roll the video while I continue to do the rest of my commentary. So this video went viral in April of 2025, and everybody was reacting to it and stuff like that. And then Shannon Sharpe and Ocho, they had reacted to it, which the video, I'm pretty sure is deleted by now because I can't find it. But I do have a video clip of the woman talking about her and Usher, and I would like to highlight that because I want you guys to pay close attention to her behavior in the video. So let's check out this clip first, then I'll come back with some more commentary, guys. Here's that clip right here. If you can, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help my videos get pushed out to the algorithm. I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Oh, intense this got, but Melina, how you doing?
Wonderful. You cannot pay for this kind of exposure. 30 million people.
That's crazy.
Licking cherries. Let's get it.
This auntie right here, this woman right here. Let me get this. Okay, I guess this is auntie. Mr. RV, is this the situation you're talking about?
Yeah, that's the one.
Into it.
Okay, Eden's talking about Mr. We'll call him Mr. Shelter. He literally has nothing to offer but air and audacity, yet he always speaks as if women should feel honored to be drained, twisted, and mistreated by him. Ladies, shop at that audacity store. Bars, Eden Adele.
We weren't seeing.
Yes, let's get into it. It's a family show.
Do they not have a concession stand?
He brought them out. Like, Usher's a big Fosse fan. I'm a big Fosse fan. He once played Billy Flynn in Chicago.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
I locked right in. When he came around with those cherries, I said, well, life is a bowl of cherries. I'll take one, maybe two. And I'm really excited. I'm embracing it. It's this whole moniker of Auntie Cherry. I'm just going to embrace it. I'm a woman that's coming of age, and now I'm a retired homeschool mom. I was there while I was retired. Happened to catch the show while I was looking at other theaters for our theater festival we're looking to produce. The Harold Washington will be in London producing some shows. And I said, Usher's in town. Well, let me go check it out. Did not see this happening.
Did you? Were you in the front row? You never met Usher? How did it happen?
Well, in this particular instance, there's this area where you sit, and it's funny because they say Mr. Raymond's going to walk past here. Do not move. He's going to be just walking through.
Okay.
He wasn't even supposed to stop where we were. It was like magnetic, and he smells like vacation.
Why did he pick you?
Well, it was
Why not, Larry? Why not?
One of the young ladies was telling him I'm a retired homeschool mom and that this should be her moment, not hers. And the lady was from the UK. And he said, well, come on over here because I just finished homeschooling my daughter who finished all her studies last year.
Oh, yeah, she has a doctorate at 17.
At 17, yes, ma'am. And so he brought me closer and I locked in. I brought out all the Broadway magic that I had, but it was easy. This is such a Broadway musical moment. I am locked in. Let's do it.
Let me pause right there. Saber says she got her whole life together. Go, auntie. Yeah, she has her own house while that other dude is in a shelter.
I think she need to take a page from Shannon's book, though, because see all this talking and now she got a lawsuit. She might slip up and say something that will cost her this lawsuit. If it caused her pain and suffering, she need to take a page that Shannon should have done and be quiet about the whole situation and let it play out in courts. She's going on about how she enjoyed herself and how she had a good time and how she has all this publicity and followers now. She needs to just take a page and just zip that up and let this lawsuit run its course so she can get her little change and be done. She talking way too much.
Yeah, that's why I said we got to wait to see this play out because there were so many. I mean, look at her. She's on a TV news show talking about the viral moment and they showing it. Like, so it's like everybody was talking about this when it happened. I think what happened was she saw that Shay Shay was vulnerable, and he had this huge platform, and she said, okay, I'm just going to hit him with a lawsuit. Now, I wonder if she hit other people with lawsuits as well, and we just now finding about this with Shannon. Because it's like, why would you single him out? You don't even know this person. He was just making a comment on his show like everybody else was, you know. And I'm sure he's not the only millionaire who publicly on their social media made a comment about what was going on. I mean, you know, everybody comments about Usher when he did it when he did it with Keke Palmer. That went viral. Everybody was talking about that. Shay Shay had Keke Palmer on, was talking to her about that. He brought Usher on and talked to him about that. And then he talked about this situation when it happened. So I think that this might get thrown out because she has to prove that he was doing this with malice intent. He don't know her. He don't got no reason in his mind, you know, to like want to hurt her in any way. He was just reacting.
if she's saying she hurt though, she need to play that role instead of going on TV looking well coiffed and well dressed and put together. She's saying that this whole thing hurt her, but she's out here in the spotlight looking good and wholesome and whole. You can't have it both ways. So if he hurt you, you need to go somewhere and be hurt. You don't need to be, show your new fit on the TV, on the computer. You don't need to show everybody your makeup is flawless. If you have been hurt by this instance, then you just need to go be hurt until this lawsuit is settled and get your change.
All right, here we go.
This.
All right.
I just locked in, and I said, I am so ready. And we have a show coming up in May, and I'm going to make an appearance because everybody's like, you've got to do it. So Auntie Cherry will be in the Prohibition show of its policy of family business. So I'm going to come out with the fringe and all the stuff, and I'm going to ask for a drink with 2 cherries.
Nice.
Have you talked to Usher?
Okay, so
I'll say one thing. I would almost think that she was naturally a TV host. She speaks very well.
Yeah, she's not nervous or nothing. You're right.
She is jolly about the situation, right? Like she doesn't have any type of remorse that she went viral. She even said that she now even takes on the name Auntie Cherry. And that's how she's going to be addressed moving forward as far as when she wants to promote things, right? So the reason why I want to say is pay attention to her behaviors because I want to read out the lawsuit report, guys. So let's check out this lawsuit report right here. The Shade Room had posted it. And as you can see, it says, Shannon Sharpe has been hit with another lawsuit, according to the Suns. Tillman is suing Shannon Sharpe, Chad Ochocinco Johnson, and Shay Shay Media for allegedly spreading false claims on Nightcap Podcast that she was a married woman whose husband filed for divorce after she interacted with Usher at his concert. If you recall, Tillman went viral on April 2nd, 2025, after participating in a fan engagement moment at Usher's concert. Following that, Tillman said the defendants made a disseminated false and defamatory statement suggesting that I was married and that my husband was filing for divorce due to my participation. I am not married, nor am I currently going through a divorce.
Folks, that's enough right there. It seems okay. Unless they're saying that the source of her fame came from Shay's video, then she's diluting the issue. She's making it seem like it wasn't as serious as this lawsuit states. But if Shannon lied, malice is a component of defamation, but it's not the only component. There's other things. Like there's been news companies or outlets that were sued for submitting bad information or stating bad information.
No, yeah, it's also context to it as well. It was a joke that they were, because otherwise we gonna be suing. We should have been sued, all these comedians. But I'm saying that, and I'm not defending nothing that Shannon Sharpe has done outside of this situation. He obviously did some jacked up stuff to himself, But on this one, it's like, dude, it looks like a cash grab because she's enjoying the fame she got from it. But as they say, 15 minutes go fast, especially in today's hyper social media world. Like, I totally forgot all about her, to be honest. I think most people did too, until the lawsuit came up. You see what I'm saying? And I think that's what happened to her in real life. I think her buzz went away. And maybe her show, whatever she's talking about, didn't work out. And she was like, well, how can I get a last second cash grab somewhere? If I sue Shannon for $20 million and he's just settled for $4 or $2 million or $5 million, whatever she can get a settlement, she'll be cool, But the problem is that she has to prove a lot, though, man. Like if they took the video down, Shannon, So I'm sure somebody got it. But did he say that she was married, or did he say if she was married? He said
The defendant's false narrative.
At the time, I think they believe what the statement says on here is at the time he said she was married when she wasn't married. Which,
yeah, but I'm saying, like, how did he say it though? Because I thought he said, "I hope she wasn't married." Like, man, I hope she wasn't married. So she was, and then he went down, his tirade.
DJ, is it possible you can find the clip that Dante's referring to? I think that'll end that.
it might be in this video. Hold on one second. We shared Wiley across. Okay. What did she say? Okay. If you recall, and so after participating in the engagement moment of Usher's concert following the tell, the defendants made and disseminated false and defamatory statements suggesting that I was married and that my husband was filing for divorce due to my participation. And then she's meaning in the Usher thing. I am not married, nor am I going
what
through.
She must prove. She has to absolutely prove that the claims were false. The false statements was presented as fact. Sharpe and Ocho Cinco either knew it was false or recklessly ignored the evidence to the contrary, and that the statements caused real harm like emotional distress or reputational damage to her name or her career.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. You know who Bridget Macron is, right?
No.
The First Lady of France. Currently, she's suing. Currently, she's suing. Currently she's suing. What's her name? Candace Owens, but yeah, she sued somebody else in France. Somebody else before Candace Owens was calling her a man before that. Sued her. They won the first time, and then a high court in France ended up what do you call it? Repealing the decision. So it's kind of tough.
Well, why did they repeal the decision?
That I'm not so sure, but I mean, I highly doubt that, Bridget Macron at this, is a man,
It's because she's a public figure. It's harder for public figures to win defamation because they are public figures. This woman's a plain woman, so that's her leg to stand on. But as long as she's running her mouth about how good the experience has been, she's going to have a hard time proving harm.
Yeah, so you just said it right there. She's turning herself into a public figure. So that's not a very good luck. Well, it doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
It does matter.
How?
At the time of the offense, was she a public figure? No, that's what stands. It doesn't matter what happened afterwards because it's going to get news. At the time of the offense, was she a public figure? No.
And that's where I go back to
the harm, proving the harm. Like I said, if she all happy, laughing, go lucky, doing an internet career now, it's going to be hard for her to prove that it harmed her when it's actually putting her in the spotlight and getting her interviews and business deals and such.
Well, again, if she wasn't a public figure, there was no interviews, no business deals. She was just plain Jane. That had no. That this incident really didn't hurt her, and if it was just okay, she was never married, then again, how does it hurt her if someone said, oh, she was married and now getting divorced because she was never married? So again, she was never hurt.
She could have proved that. She's just making it hard for herself. Now, if she would just keep quiet and just say she was hurt, I mean, she got thrust into the spotlight. She didn't ask for that. That could be her harm. Everybody know her name. Rumors were circulating about her on her job and her community. She could prove the harm, but as long as she going happy-go-lucky around the internet, it's going to be that much more difficult for her.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm sorry, Darren. It's so many different ways that you could take this because somebody could tell her, hey, when Usher was dangling those cherries over your mouth, you could have really took that as a sexual assault to Usher. So it's like, but she licked them and everything. So it's like, I think the video actually did more negative harm to her perception publicly than if she was married or not and her husband, because that is something that's believable. Because we've seen it before. We've seen people get pulled up on stage. I think that British chick was like the last big one. She went to a concert with a boyfriend. The dude pulled her up on stage. She started twerking on the dude, and he broke up with her. The boyfriend broke up with her. And at first she said she went on a rant saying it was petty. And then a month later she said, okay, I wish I wouldn't have did that. You know, so it's like, it's not hard to believe because she was getting very sexual with all those chicks do. You know what I'm saying? Like they all do.
Okay,
But
wait, let me break something down real quick. Usher obviously has a show where it can't be SA for Usher because I believe that was his intention to have a woman, behave like that. That's how his shows go. Just like when Kiki was giving him a hug. It's not a big deal, but they know it's a show. So that argument I'm not sure about. But the other thing is that we have to separate also what she is suing for. She's suing for the misinformation. And the fact, I know that they had the malice argument is a good argument, but it doesn't, the disregard argument is an argument for her because either they assumed she was married or they wanted everybody to assume she was married.
But the fact that she wasn't married, again, there's no harm. If she was
You
never
don't
married.
know that. Wait, okay,
But that's
we
not
don't
the
know.
harm.
We do know that because
of fact. They said something was fact. They presented something like fact. That's
but
not.
we don't know that's the problem as well. Like we need to get that. And the guy in this video said that Shannon took the original clip down. I'm sure somebody got it out there somewhere. But how did he say it though? Did he say, I know this woman, because he don't know her, so he can't say, I know for a fact she was married. He don't know her. I believe until we see what happens, that he just suggested, what if she was married, Chad? What if she was married, Ocho? You know what I'm saying? And then he just went down the line from there.
He didn't say, I don't know. I know this woman. He presented it as fact. He totally pulled a Trump. He said something and it presented as true. Published it so that others could see it. And she's saying that caused damage to her reputation, career, well-being, which she stated as embarrassment in her community, harassment on social media, and damage to her position in her job.
Well, did you hear what you just said though? You had said Trump, right? Trump, we know, makes a lot of false allegations and statements. I mean, openly. I mean, right now he's going against his Fed chair, but he has called Hillary Clinton a murderer. Has said that Barack Obama should, has accused Barack Obama of a crime. I mean,
and he should have been sued for those things.
He's not getting sued, but that's the thing. He's not being sued.
Public figures. That's the whole thing. Again, if you're saying that stuff about public figures, it's a little bit harder to go down the defamation road because they're public figures. But at the same time, the big difference between Trump and Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco is these dudes do not have the complexion for the protection. So they can't act as Trump do. And like you said, you were talking about Barack and Hillary. These are well-known people. This woman was just some woman.
But it doesn't matter. The definition of defamation, right? The action of damaging the good reputation. The action of damaging the good reputation of someone, slander or libel.
Okay.
So
let me break it down real quick.
Reputation, career, or well-being. That's defamation. Reputation, career, or well-being. The well-being, we
I-
saw she got harassed on social media. That's well-being right there. She proved that.
I mean, that's just not good enough. I just read the definition from Oxford.
No, actually, it's good enough. There's some context. Maybe we'll do a whole thing on defamation later, but let me break it down real quick. I'm not saying she's going to win her case, but I will say that she has a case. And the reason why she has a case is that reputation is an asset. It's having people think of you in a fond way or a positive way is an asset. She's obviously not a public figure. So the public figure defense is gone for Ocho Cinco and for Shay. It's gone. So the next thing is that did they try to commit malice in some way? That will be kind of something that they can lean on, that they don't even know the woman or whatever, even though an argument could be said that, hey, they have malice towards black women, period, anyway. But let me move past that. The fact of the matter is that there's more. You're focusing on one aspect. Remember her reputation. Let's say she goes to get hired for a job, right? They ask her, well, didn't you cheat on your husband? So how are you going to do this job? Are you going to cheat on us too?
Well, but she was never married, right?
Her reputation, your reputation is value. If that value is damaged, that is damaged. That is harm. It's pretty much that simple. I'm not going to say she's going to win her case, but I will say that she has a case. Because the thing is that unfortunately we don't have I don't see the I looked, I could not find the tape. How it was said is important. However, she has a case. She has a case. And to me, really, she's already got a win, because the fact that she is submitting this claim is helping her in itself clear her reputation. Now, if Shannon is smart, well, if he don't have no money left, and there's probably somebody else. There's probably somebody else in the chamber for him too, if you know what I mean. But he would definitely want to just go ahead and work out a settlement with this woman of something he can afford, because we don't know what he can afford, because she's got a point. I don't know if it's worth a $20 million, but it's worth something. Your reputation is worth a lot.
Yes.
Now,
the
if
court
she's
consider defamation that harms a person's business, trade, or profession serious, and the term, we do need to have a show on this. The term is called defamation per se, and it does not require proof of financial loss. It assumes harm has been done because it attacks the person's integrity or ethics in their profession or their well-being in the community.
Bars.
According to Cornell law, it says to prove prima facie defamation, a plaintiff must show 4 things.
That's not defamation per se.
No, it is prima facie.
No. Let me break it. I need to break that down to you real quick. There's defamation, and then there's defamation per se. They are similar, but they are nowhere near the same. One requires less proof of damage if the the statement in itself, or the statements in itself, are so damaging or show a certain level of heightened character, or like, it's like this. If you say, oh yeah, this guy's a drug dealer, and he's not, that's defamation per se, and that's just the way it goes. They don't know. No one needs to prove anything. You have to prove it was defamation.
You got to prove. Yes, come on now.
No,
But I
it's
mean,
true.
she has the harm. She's got all this stuff online where people have doxed her, threatened violence against her, her family,
Right.
her friends. That's not to be taken lightly. And like I said, she's not a famous person. She wasn't a famous person. She was just an average citizen at the time. So
Right.
she's got that in her
Yeah.
corner.
I mean, it doesn't. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dante. Go ahead.
Thanks, Donnie. I'm just saying, we can't say that all of that happened was because of what Shannon and Ocho said on their podcast. When two things we know for a fact: one, everybody was talking about it, and two, she herself, as we just saw, was on TV doing all these interviews talking about it. So anything negative that came from this, she was a party to it because one, she put herself out there like it was all good. I'm getting TV show ideas and all kind of stuff coming. Two, she should be suing way more people than Shannon Sharpe because as big as his podcast is, it ain't that big to where it just totally destroyed her. Like I believe that she saw. It ain't like Joe Rogan said it, and it hit 50 million people. You know what I'm saying? I think that she just saw an opportunity because he's in this vulnerable position, and Shannon handled his last case like an idiot. So she probably thought I could slide in there and get something.
Okay, so basically, it's like this: her was being called. Who called her auntie first?
Oh, I don't know. I think the internet just somebody. I don't know.
Okay, so it didn't. So what you're saying is that it wasn't because of Ocho Cinco and Shannon.
Okay, yeah, get this. So what I'm saying is that it's not like she did this thing at Usher's concert and then Shannon and Ocho did a take on it and then that went viral. It was already viral when they started to talk about it. That's how they even knew about it.
So, but the thing is this: they knew about it, but they didn't know she was married or not, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, they either made an assumption or just decided to say it. But instead of just assuming that she wasn't married, they assumed or made it seem like she was married. Now, I don't know. I didn't see it if they were making it in a joking way, even though joking does not make defamation okay as well, by the way. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm not saying she doesn't have a case. I'm not saying she's going to win her case, but she has a case. Now, will she win? That's that's the debate we can have. But there's enough information. They made a false statement. So it comes down to this: does the false statement fall into defamation per se, where she doesn't even have to bother to even prove harm, or is it defamation and still there's proof of harm? So I'm kind of leaning towards Ghost right now because she got it down. I mean, basically the bottom line is that I'm not going to say she's going to get $20 million. I'm not saying she's going to get $10 million. I'm not saying she's going to win her case. I'm not going to say she lose her case. I will say she has a case. So,
I mean, according to Cornell law, there are certain things, but again, you have to show in general, you have to show 4 different things. Now, every state might be a little bit different. There might be a little bit more, but in general, these are the 4 things that you must show. Okay. A false statement purporting to be a fact, publication or communication of that statement to a third person.
Check.
Fault amounting to at least negligence. And number 4, damages or some harm caused to the reputation of the person or entity who is the subject of the statement.
Oh,
check.
That's a check
all has
right
been
there.
checked.
I just don't see it. Like, okay, so like number 3, for example.
Okay, wait, let me break it down like this. Darnell, give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
Go ahead.
let's say you are at a party and you get filmed, getting a lap dance.
Okay.
Well, that's no big deal. I mean, you're not married, right?
Correct.
But somebody spreads that around the world or whatever. Let's just say I'm around America, that you were married, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that's not a big deal, right? It's not a big deal. I mean, but then you go to a job interview to make money, to earn money so you can live. And they say, aren't you the guy who cheated on your wife from Club Shay Shay said? Because they're going to believe Club Shay Shay before they believe you, right?
Yes. Well, good chance of it. Yes.
Well, didn't you just lose an opportunity for gainful employment?
Yes.
That's damages.
Yes.
So I
Now
think
here's
it's both
now
simple,
now
right?
now he- but here's the problem with your scenario. You are correct. That is damages. That does harm my reputation. I did lose a job based on a lie in your scenario. But here's the problem that I have. I have to prove it. In other words, I have to get something from the company that said that they fired me because I cheated on my wife or
Now,
whatever
see, that's
have
what
you.
I'm saying, though. She is a private figure. She
It doesn't
wasn't
matter.
a
Even
celebrity. It has a lower burden of proof. Lower.
no, ma'am. Basically,
Okay,
in DJ Torch's scenario,
wait,
I'm
Darnell,
a private figure just as well.
Let me throw something at you here. Okay. Again, Ghost stated defamation per se. Defamation per se is when when somebody makes a statement that is so egregious that it has to do with muddying your character, number one. Like saying somebody is a crackhead and they're not. That's defamation per se. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's
Yes,
not
I mean,
saying, it's not saying somebody's, so that proof that you're asking for doesn't have to be proven.
It does.
It is assumed. So basically, usually anything that has to do with crime or very low character, and cheating on your spouse is known as very low character. So it moves it into defamation per se. And you are right, for standard definition, she would have to have a letter from that company saying, we're sorry to tell you, but your character is not what we're looking for. And that probably they only need to say that. They don't have to say why, because it's assumed it was because of her
Exactly.
show.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the problem. Therein lies the problem. They will never send that letter.
You're talking about defamation while Ghost was talking about defamation per se.
I mean, if you want to know the law, one of the most famous defamation case is Gertz versus Robert Welch. That's a 74 case. And that case clarified that private individuals do not have to prove actual malice as public figures do to win a defamation lawsuit. Instead, they must prove the statement was negligent and damaging. And she has all the social media stuff to prove it.
Right.
And it started with his fans and the doxing and the threats against her. She has that. I'm not saying she's going to win. I'm saying I believe Shannon's going to settle with her because she does have a case. Now, the strength of that case might change as more stuff pop up, but she does have a case as a private citizen.
And right now, Shannon's situation, he has some very bad leverage right now. And the fact,
I'm sorry, have y'all seen the tape
is the fact that she was on that show, and she when she was on that show being interviewed, right? She really represented herself well. I mean, it's not like she came off all, she came off very articulate. Let's put it that way. And that's gonna help her in her case.
Her lawyers are just going to come back around and say that she's making the best out of a bad situation, that you can smile through the pain. That's what they're going to say. And that's very valid as well. If it was indeed damaging to her, she can be depressed and still do an interview. That's what they're going to say. I think they're going to settle with her because Shannon is not in a good position right now to be this wholesome beacon of light for society.
Well, here's one of the problems I see. DJ, as you recall, about I want to say it was about 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago now. There was a mutual friend that who shall remain nameless. You know who I'm referring to. That had a woman on. A female follower that made several statements about me. She called me a homosexual. Said my genitalia. One of your former listeners had my genitalia in a jar. Just all kinds of things. It was just. I mean, if anything, right? Yeah. I never met that individual. But the point is that I still could not sue that woman if I tried. And even if I could, I mean, I would just be throwing my money away.
Well, basically that would be your decision.
It would be, but again, the reason I never did anything was because it was a losing case.
Okay, so I can't remember the event.
Oh, you know who I'm talking about. I just don't want to say the name.
I don't know, but don't say the name.
Yeah, you know the name.
We can go over that later sometime, but no, there's a difference between reporting on somebody and saying a false information and then being in a fight with somebody, if you see what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Well, again, I mean, I'm not gay, but this individual said I'm gay.
Well, you're not gay, so I can agree with that too.
I mean, I don't know you like that, so I'm not putting in my 2 cents, but you do you, man.
Yeah, I mean, you. Hey, but the thing is this: it's basically a different. It's hard for me to explain it, but it's a different context. It's like if I'm playing. I remember playing soccer, and some guy, called me the N word, and then called me the F word, and all because they were losing 5-0. That's their problem. They were on their side of the field and we were on ours. That's called that's name calling. So if you're in it, that is that may be seen different. But since I can't remember the event you're referring to, now if that person comes on again and keeps calling you those names, like they keep doing it. Like they keep going online and saying, yeah, this person's an F or something like that, or misrepresenting you, especially repeatedly and with malice, then you have something. And no, but you might have a case. We don't know.
You need screenshots. You need video, audio recording. You need to get a couple of people for witnesses who saw the interaction. You need to present proof that it wasn't whatever was said wasn't true, and documentation of how it hurt you. Therapy receipts count. If you had to go to therapy because of what they did to you, that's documentation of how it hurt you. It hurt your mental health. I mean, threats from other people, rejection on the job, being ousted in your community events. I mean, if you have that proof, yeah, you can sue somebody.
Yeah.
Private citizens right there.
I could, but again, what are my chances of actually
See, now that's
winning
a
the
different
lawsuit?
thing. We're not talking about whether your chances are going to be. We're just telling you that you have a possibility
to have a
in that
case.
scenario you're talking about. See, we're only talking in we not me and Ghost ain't saying, oh yeah, she gonna get 20 million easy, blah 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 blah. We're not saying that. What we are saying is she has a case.
I wonder if her lawyers are doing this pro bono, because I'll tell you, if this did get to the point to where they were going to go to trial, I can't see any lawyer doing this for free without knowing for a fact they're going to win, because they're going to be doing it for free and not getting paid from it if they lose. They don't want to take that chance. They'll take it to the settlement stage, right? But they won't take it to the actual court stage unless they know for sure. And most of the time, lawyers don't even take these pro bono or these I only get paid if you win cases if they know that they can settle for sure. So that's really what she's looking for, like Ghost was saying, the settlement. But I mean, if you just look at the video of her with Usher,
Let me play this
what's
video.
more damaging though?
Let me play this video right here. This might be it right here. Here we go.
Out against him from the lady who was in the Usher concert that went viral. Now, this lady that was in this concert, that picture that went viral, as you guys see on the right-hand side of your screen, she sued Shannon Sharpe for $20 million. Now, yesterday when I came in here and I said she had a legitimate lawsuit, everybody says, nah, this is a shakedown. This, that. You can't say shit about people if you don't know these people. It's crazy how people just come on social media, don't know these people, call these people hoes, 304s, all this stuff, and don't know these people from a can of paint.
Good point. Very good point he just made there. I'm going to keep it going.
It's crazy. And yesterday, shout out to Willie D. He did a video yesterday talking about he personally know this lady and that she ain't no shakedown artist. If she talking about it, she real with it. She not no shakedown artist. Now today, the reporters come out because everybody came in my chat room yesterday. Oh, she ain't gonna get nothing, ticket. She ain't gonna get nothing. They're gonna throw it out. Know your role and shut your mouth. Know your role and shut your mouth when you're talking to the great one. I told you guys a story that happened yesterday that she said in her lawsuit. She stated that Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco went on Nightcap, spread false information about her that was disseminated to tons of people, put it on different platforms. She said she then went out, corrected the statement, and told everybody that it was a lie, that she was being lied on, and she gave them ample amount of time to take all of the slanderous content down off all their platforms. Well, she said they took it down off some, but didn't take it down off the other one, which was Apple. She said that she then asked them again, could you please remove that from Apple because of the business that she's in? They talked about her and it affected her business. She's a real businesswoman. I'm gonna let y'all, I got some evidence.
Ours right there. We could stop it right there. If she's a businesswoman and you own a business, your reputation is everything. And damage to that reputation is damage to your money. And damage to your money is damages. But
I like Ticket. I like Ticket. I follow him. I see you sometimes, DJ, in the comments actually on Ticket, man. Ticket TV, cool.
Yeah, I'll be everywhere.
Yeah, I see. But I agreed with him with that with the Diddy case until it got halfway through, and I was like, you know what, Ticket? I know you're trying to make it happen, but he was wrong on that with the feds. And I think he's wrong with this one too. And it's just because, just look at the video. If they take this to court, or even when they do a deposition on this, and they bring up that video, they're gonna say, okay, what do you think is more damaging to her career? Somebody saying that because of this video, she got divorced from her husband because he was mad at her, or the actual video where she was. I mean, I know you've seen the video, right? The video is way worse than anything else you can think of. Like, when you get you say a man hit a woman, that sounds terrible. The NFL will suspend you. But if you get a video of a man hitting a woman, NFL cutting you, going to jail. It's like she's in this man's face. This whole thing is sexual. He pull out the cherries. He licking the lip, doing all that. If I'm an employer or a business person, I don't know if I want to work with somebody doing that publicly and
That
proud
has
of
nothing
it.
to do with the lawsuit, man. It's not about the video. It's about what Ocho and Unc had to say about her. That's where the
where it is
lawsuit
about.
lies in, right there.
The video matters because that's where the subject came from. They didn't just say her husband divorced her because he just woke up one morning and felt like divorcing her. They said the husband divorced her because she in the video getting sexy with Usher. And so they can't throw the video
What
out.
the video say she had a husband though? That's what I'm saying. They
No,
said
look,
something that was not
yeah,
true.
you're right.
She could have
No,
been
no.
lucky naked in that video. It doesn't matter. They said something that was untrue about a private citizen.
Which still goes back to the context of how they said it. If Shannon came on there and just stated that he was like, this is a married woman, this is a travesty. Okay, Shannon, you don't know this chick, you never met her. Did she have a ring on her finger? Why would you say she was married? But if he says, if he said anything like if she was married, if she was probably married, maybe married, or could have been married, anything suggesting that he don't know for sure, he's just saying
Now, he
if
said
she
it for
was,
sure. I saw that. He said it for sure. That's why she has a case. Now, if he would have
I
just
would-
talked about the video, then that's just commentary. That's different. But he put in a fact that did not exist. He could have been like, look at this one middle-aged woman acting a fool with Usher. That's commentary. He said she was married and get under divorce. That's pulling it out his behind. That's where the issue lies. She has a case.
That would
Not
be
saying
totally
she has a super duper strong case. I'm saying she has a case. He
yeah,
said
because
what
I'm
he
telling you, like, if Shannon really said that like that.
Well, let
that
me
is
see. I think
beyond
his snippet is on here. Hold on one second. I'm going to try to find the snippet on this video. Hold
Viral,
on.
as you guys see on the right hand side of your screen. And I said she had a stuff and don't know these people from a can of paint. She talking about it. She real with it. She not no shakedown artist. Oh, she ain't gonna get nothing ticket. She ain't gonna know your role and shut your mouth when you talking to the great one. I told you guys a story that happened yesterday that she said in her lawsuit. She stated that Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco went on Nightcap, spread false information about her that was disseminated to tons of people, put it on different platforms. She said she then went out, corrected the statement, and told everybody that it was a lie, that she was being lied on, and she gave them ample amount of time to take all of the slanderous content down off all their platforms. Well, she said they took it down off some, but didn't take it down off the other one, which was Apple. She said that she then asked them again, could you please remove that from Apple because of the business that she's in? They talked about her and it affected her business. She's a real businesswoman. I'm gonna let y'all, I got some evidence for y'all today about this. So Shannon Sharpe and them apparently just disregarded her claims and left it up on Apple, right? According to the woman. So when they did not continue, because she wasn't trying to sue them at first, when they did not continue to listen to her claims and left it and did not take it down on all platforms, that is when she filed a lawsuit. Now today, yesterday, everybody came in my comment section. A lot of people running their mouth, oh man, she ain't gonna get shit. This is gonna get thrown out. No, it's not. Because as of today, right now, according to reports, Shannon Sharpe is currently, him and Ocho Cinco are working on a settlement with the women right now. Oh, that's right. Won't even go to court. Pay another settlement. That's what's being reported right now. Matter of fact, I'll play the report from the Breakfast Club. They just reported on it. Let's get to it. Lauren LaRosa.
I do. Girls.
Yes.
I have one more thing that is extremely important.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I just talked to Ms. Tillman, who's the woman who filed the lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson.
That's who you're talking on the phone with?
Yes.
Yo, I just want to tell you before you get into that, she was like, yo, I'm so sorry, but just know that the Breakfast Club is on early. I don't mean to be calling you this early. And I know in Chicago it's an hour early. You was
very professional. Yes.
Very professional.
Now listen, so I told you guys that I couldn't find the clip originally. I now have the clip of what was said. Let's take a listen to that.
do her
I
and
saw
kiss on
that.
stage. Hold
I
on.
saw that.
Husband claimed she never kissed him in public and was shocked she would kiss a complete stranger in front of 20,000 people.
Now that is the clip from
That's the clip?
Yeah, well let me tell you, because this quote that they're reading from the husband is not a real quote because she doesn't have a husband. So she said that they took that right there, and it because of this clip, right? She says that she has like a homeschool program. She's like the top homeschooler in the country. She was on a Zoom. Some of the men.
A homeschool? Oh, that's Damage City right there. They're settling with her. I mean, if there's a place that infidelity is not a good thing to have on your record or on your reputation, it's being a homeschooler.
Can you play Shannon's voice one more time of that clip?
So I told you guys that I couldn't find. Yes.
Yo, I just want to tell you before you get into that, she was like, yo, I'm so sorry, but just know that the Breakfast Club's on early. I don't mean to be calling you this early. And I know in Chicago it's an hour early. You was
very professional. Yes.
Very professional.
Now listen, so I told you guys that I couldn't find the clip originally. I now have the clip of what was said. Let's take a listen to that.
Do her and kiss on stage. Hold on. Husband claimed she never kissed him in public and was shocked she would kiss a complete stranger in front of 20,000 people.
Now that is the clip from.
Oh, he's toast. Okay, so what Miss RV is explaining in the chat is this. This is real bad. This is even worse than him just making a summary statement. He is inferring. Shannon is inferring that he's speaking. He's literally acting like he's reading something that her invisible husband is saying, which to me is a level up from even making a statement or a joke, but literally playing as if a husband, which she does not have, made that statement, which is this statement one more time. Let me play it again.
Now listen, so I told you guys that I couldn't find the clip originally. I now have the clip of what was said. Let's take a listen to that.
Do her and kiss on stage. Hold on. Husband claimed she never kissed him in public and was.
He said her husband claimed he never kissed her. And wait, let me
shocked she would kiss a complete stranger in front of 20,000 people.
And that's only a clip of the clip because he goes on to say that that's the reason why he's divorcing her. That's a clip of the clip.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing was the husband was complaining about how they would never do like he said he never kissed me in public, all of this stuff. Now my thing is with this part is Shannon, Shannon's a complete idiot for making this up, and he deserved to get sued and might as well just settle. Or I still don't think it's going to stop the settlement from happening if this is true. I think he was giving some false stuff because he said he was reading a statement. Now, if he can prove that somebody emailed him or something or something from a so-called husband and he just ran with it without checking to see if it was for real, then maybe there's a lesson to blow to him in court.
No, because he's still liable for saying it. It doesn't matter who sent you what. He's still liable for saying it on air.
Yeah, that's why.
You know that to him. It doesn't make his mama liable. It makes him liable for saying it on air.
I can't believe he said that. Like he couldn't have known. I mean, I'm not like you said. I don't think now that it's come out like that. Yeah, it's I don't think it's gonna. I mean, I don't think he's gonna go to court. I mean, he's gonna settle with her. You know,
I
but
think he's gonna settle too. I think he said it because he's just stupid.
But see, this is the thing. This is why I don't think he knew. If he was 22 years old or 30 years old, this happened, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, you an idiot. But you don't make it to your mid-50s, you know what I'm saying, late 50s, and start making stuff up like this out the like, especially on something that's frivolous like this. Usher kissing a woman at a concert, he do it 100 times a year. You know, so
Oh no, I think he's always been stupid. He just never was held accountable for being stupid. Now he's being held accountable for doing stupid things and saying stupid things and participating in stupid things. Stupid don't pop up overnight. This man was always the stupid.
you know what? Now that you say that, I think about it. The last, let's say, 7 to 10 years. Let's just say like the last 5 years for sure. This is the highest Shannon Sharpe has ever been in the media when it comes to scrutiny and everybody on his stuff. Because he done made some weird mistakes. You remember the Instagram, the first audio porn leak of all time that he did. Yeah, it's I don't know.
He
I
might
never
have
thought that was a dude.
he might have did that on purpose. That's what they say anyway.
Yeah.
He's so proud of that little sound clip. I would be so ashamed. He's so proud of that. That is,
You and me both.
He was the same. No, Shannon was the same because he cried on his podcast show when he was talking about it for the first time, and Chad and him had to make him feel a lot better about it. But I think that once he realized everybody was joking with him, and he made that deal with Rose, the sex appeal company, he was cool again. But no, he definitely cried the first time he addressed it because he
the
did
tears
not
don't
like
mean
that.
nothing to me. I can talk about
Yeah,
Shannon
that don't
Sharpe
mean
and start
nothing.
crying. All I have to do is think about my grandma while I'm talking about Shannon Sharpe, and I'll start crying. Tears don't mean nothing.
That she has a point there.
He's just he probably feeling a little crunchy because so many people are making fun of him. It doesn't matter how big and famous you get. If you got an ego, like I was saying earlier, if you got an ego and it's built on a false foundation, then little things will hurt your feeling. And that takes us back to Trump. He's the prime example of that.
Bars. Yeah. All right. I think we did good today. It was good because we agreed and then we didn't agree. So it's always good because we can't say we have a what do they call it? An echo chamber. But we will definitely have to have probably we have more videos. But I really thank everyone for coming through tonight. How long have we been on? Yeah, it's been 3 hours. Dang, 4 hours, y'all. How y'all gonna keep me on this long? Anyway,
because I already ate, man. I was in the studio. I got the lights set up. That's the studio is like 95% done.
Right on. Hey, you got to send you got to send some photos so we can see it. But if it's okay, because it's internet. But yeah, this was a great debate / commentary / live stream / great chat chat involvement. The chat was on fire as usual. So yeah, but I think it's time for me to unless you guys got something else you want to say. Well, that's what I should do. Everybody, we'll start off with Deontay, then Darnell, and then Ghost to finish off the day. What are your last words you would like to say for today?
I'd just like to thank you for having me on again, DJ. And when we were talking about this Shannon Sharpe thing, it kind of reminded me about what happened to Michael Irvin at that hotel a few years ago. I remember we had a little debate about that one night. But I tell you what, though, all I needed to hear was that clip, and Shannon did say that the husband said it, so it's completely different. Because, Michael ended up winning that case. They threw the case out, and he sued the hotel for $100 million, and they settled for 25 for false claims or whatever. But this is different though, man. Shannon just really revealing himself as an idiot, and it's happening all at once. That's all I gotta say.
Well said. Darnell?
Yeah, thank you for having me, DJ. Always a pleasure. Matter of fact, I forgot about the whole Michael Irvin thing. Yeah. Funny you had mentioned that. But I mean, I'll just be honest with you. Yeah, Shannon, you look up the word stupid in the dictionary, and I swear to God, you'll see the man's picture. You know, you just, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not even mad at him for settling, with the Gabby Zunica chick. I'm not, hey, I get it. The mistake was getting involved with her in the first damn place, and then,
Right.
there was some. I mean, there's some things, hey, but, you should have just, it's just one of those things. You got to understand, who you are, who you're dealing with, and you just got to act accordingly. In fact, there's actually another lawsuit you guys didn't mention, from a reporter, Michelle, that he was involved with. That's another lawsuit that the man's got. I believe I looked up Shannon's net worth of 16 million. Keep in mind, he owes Gabby 23 million. So there's an $8 million deficit there. The lawsuit with Michelle still pending. Now this new lawsuit. Yeah, I mean,
so there's Gabby, Michelle, and then this is one of his lesser problems.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one I was
Yeah,
talking about. The girl from 10 years ago, the reporter.
Well, yeah, the problem with her though, she was married when she was with Shannon, and then she tried to unalive her husband. She actually went to jail for that.
She tried to hit him with the car, right?
Is that what it was? Was it? I just remember. I can't remember how she tried to do it, but yeah, she tried to unalive her husband for Shannon, allegedly.
All right. Let me play that short clip for of why Shannon's a dummy, because it's important to see that he was told.
Say what you tried to say.
I'm looking right at you.
I know
I'm
you looking at your.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old.
Monique tried to save him $125 million. Black women always try to help a brother out, but they don't listen. If he would have listened to her back then when they did this show, tomorrow on Monday morning, it would have been, hello, my name is Shannon Sharpe. Welcome to ESPN. So you ain't gonna hear that no more. I'm going to let Concrete Ghost close this out.
I think we didn't spend enough time on the stupidity of some men. So I know your audience is mostly women. So, before I give my short statement, I just want to remind y'all, thank you for coming. Please hit that like button. Let's change the algorithm. Please hit the like button before you head out. And to every woman that's listening, keep speaking up. Your voice is not too loud. It's exactly the right volume this world needs. To the women who've been told to hush, raise your voice like thunder in a quiet storm. You are not the silence that follows men's mistake. Nor are you the shadow of their shame. You are the wind that moves the truth forward, the fire that warms and warns. Don't shrink. Don't wait. Don't whisper. Stand tall, speak loud, and remember, the world has never changed by women sitting still.
Bars. So, Ghost, tell me a little bit about your new track, Let It Grow.
I was working on a poem because I always have poems. I'm working on another one by Shannon Sharpe, but I already did a song for Shannon, so this is just a poem for Shannon. So Let It Grow is just another one of these positive poems that occurred to me by reading through Reddit. If you're on Reddit, you can find me on Reddit. I like to be messy on Reddit. And I was just reading through some comments some women were saying and writing about how they want men to be men and not boys, because the men were always saying what the women wanted, but they never listened to the women actually tell them, hey, dude, this is what I want. So I took those snippets and made a poem. And do you know me? I went back in my computer studio and I found a beat that I like, trying to get away from the Afro beats, but it's got to be danceable. So Let It Grow is just a message from women telling men, this is what I'm looking for. This is not what I need, it's what I want.
Bars. Let me play that track right now.
I don't need a man to breathe. I built my joy, I made my peace. Yeah. But if you want a place to land, come as a boy, be a man. I offer peace, not just a place to stay. A quiet strength that won't be swayed. Not here to chase, not here to tame, but come correct when you speak my name.
Eating it down.
Come with care, not just body, but being there.
This RV.
Don't pretend, be the calm, not a bed hopping trend. Come with truth, come with time, not controlling, just peace of mind. I want ease, I want flow. If you want this, let it go.
Have a dream. And so let it.
I won't shrink so you feel tall. Won't chase silence, won't take small. But if you're steady, if you're clear, you'll find a real woman still right here. I bring the light, I bring the rest. Not to fix you, but to bless. Let's build something that can stay. Not just passion for a day. If you want
Beyonce.
it, come with care. Not just body, but being there. If you want it,
Thank you for the super chat.
be the calm, not a bed hopping trend. Come with truth, come
Angela,
with
ready?
time. Not controlling, just peace of mind. I want ease, I want flow. If you want this,
Freezing.
let it grow.
I mean,
I'm not waiting, I'm
HQ
not
reacts.
for love that's real, that's worth the cost. If you come
Felix
holding
Cole.
wise, not just charming alibi.
Mackie Samuel.
Show up true, not just words, but what you do.
Miss
No more
Otto.
almost, no more tests, just respect and tenderness. I want joy, I want peace, not just a fix of sweet release. If you want this, show up whole. If you don't, I'll walk alone. Let it grow.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming through. Excellent jam. Excellent. Oh, man, I swear, I could just hear that at my job. Let me go ahead and shut down the stream. Everybody have a good Saturday night.
Good night.